hope y'all are having as good a night as I am. It is a wonderful time. We are joined with the ever awesome Morghan Kimes. She has given us her time tonight, so super grateful and thankful for that. We also will be joined by Wara here in just a few. He is getting set up, as it were, which I just finished doing about 20 minutes ago because I was stuck in traffic all day. And when you run your stream through your computer now and you're not at your computer, it makes it kind of hard to set up your stream. But I got a flat tire today, so that was awesome. And yeah, so we're going to do what we always like to do when we've had a rough day in the real world. We're going to escape and talk about gaming. And holy crap, we have a ton of stuff to talk about. But before we get into all of that, let me welcome y'all in here. Hero Down Under, Outsider Gaming Night, Dizzy Delta 99, Henry Heck. Man, welcome. Outsider, I already said that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yay. Okay, yeah, let's see. Michael Meridian, what's up? It's okay. There's plenty of games and Xbox garbage is coming too. Yeah. We're going to get into some Xbox stuff. We had a very positive show last week, a very lighthearted show, it's very much rainbows and sunshine. We got to talk about the Switch and all of this stuff. And, well, this week we're going to put on a little bit of the backyard bullcrap, as it were, and we're going to start talking a little bit about Nintendo, physical games. Will they be digital? Will they not be digital? Will they have just a code inside of them? Will they not just have a code inside of them? We're going to be talking about cool stuff like Titanfall 3. It's coming? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark. We don't really know. One report says it is. The other report says it's not. So we're gonna kind of talk about that and discuss that. The PS Portal gets a massive update. This one is exciting because for the longest time, if y'all remember, when you streamed a game, you couldn't do any kind of a screen capture or anything like that. And it always was weird to me, and so it looks like something that they're going to be adding, and I'm super happy about that. Xbox Fanfest, it's canceled-ish. Yeah, it's now going to be digital, which is kind of weird. Like it's almost like those live concerts that weren't actually live concerts, during the vid. And so it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird that we're going to go back to what it was like 4 years ago when everybody hated life. And then PlayStation bought BAFTA. I have evidence, okay? I have evidence that PlayStation bought BAFTA. I have no doubt in my mind that PlayStation bought BAFTA. But I had to put question marks so you don't get sued. Like, that's how this works. You have to phrase it, they bought BAFTA? Like, you have to phrase it like a question. And then PS Plus games for April 2025. Also, we have a couple of other things, but Lord help, I'm running out of space on here. MLB 2025, the show has beat out Assassin's Creed Shadows Split Fiction and took over the top spot from Monster Hunter Wilds. And so we're going to discuss that a little bit. I didn't realize that franchise still had people who enjoyed it to that level. So we're going to talk about that as well. With all of that being said, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new here, thank you so much. Hop in the chat, talk with us. We talk back, sometimes too much, and it's going to be a wonderful show. You can join the Discord by hitting the link below. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, gaming conversation, real life conversation, just a bunch of people in there trying to have fun with gaming and within the gaming industry. And so would love to have you over there. Also, thank you for being here. Morgan, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain. It's always a fun time in the playground, so I'm always happy to come through.
Now, we are always happy to have you. It's you are a fan favorite. They like you more than they like me.
Oh, that's not true.
And I've done my ass. It's not true. I know better. Like, it's about to be inundated in the chat over here. Like, I guarantee you, Nintendo just went too greedy. Man, they flew too close to the daggum sun. So we're gonna wait on the Nintendo stuff. Morgan, what outsider gaming night called you Morghan Kimes? That's just
Oh
committing
man.
murders, just committing murders over here.
Listen, I'm gonna take that tagline. I'll take it.
It's better than Xbox Ambassador because Xbox don't.
Hey man, I wore that badge proudly, Thrifty.
You did.
Okay.
But
I served as best as I could. All right.
I did my
I
job.
retired with honors.
So, a great movie, by the way, with honors. If y'all
Oh
have
yeah.
never seen that freaking movie, great dang movie. It's old as shit now, but it's a great movie. Mm.
I swear, Thrifty, every time I come on here, I say something that reminds you of some movie that you remember.
It's because back in the day, it was only safe to watch TV and movies in where I grew up. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else. I had TVs, movies, and whatever system was out at the
That's
time.
all I had.
That's it. Like, and you didn't really put your couch by windows for reasons. Like, that was
Oh,
that's all I'm saying. When you walk outside and you smelled barbecue and meth cooking, that's where I was living. It was fun.
Oh shit! Somebody saying I'm too loud. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I turned you up a little bit because you were too low for a second. Let me fix that. See, this is ain't nobody ever satisfied. It's too expensive. It's not too expensive. It's too hot. It's too cold. There's too many independents. There's too many not independents. We have too many AAAs. Nobody's ever freaking satisfied. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to blow your ears out, Dizzy. What? A meth barbecue
Sorry.
isn't bad? No. That's funny. You're from Australia, Josh. That doesn't count. Like, aw, Hero. He said she's never too loud. That's a damn lie. Everybody can
Oh
be too
man.
loud. I can be too loud. All right, so Morgan, you play about 1 million more games a day, a year, a month than I do.
No man.
What are you playing right now?
Man, I'm paying everything. I'm almost done with Assassin's Creed Shadows, so I'm going for the plat for that. I have like 4 or 5 more trophies left on that. So yeah, I'm close to finishing. Really enjoying that game. Give it like a 8.5 out of 10
Who'd you play
with
as?
Assassin's Creed. I mained as Naue.
Okay.
But I really have fun playing Yasuke too. Yasuke is such like a brute. Like, if ever I need to like infiltrate a castle and I just don't feel like sneaking around, I just want to go in and just steamroll through everyone, then I pick Yasuke. And he is just, it's just like I'm just chopping dudes in half like butter. It feels great. It's like that power. It just feels so good to just be able to just smash through enemies sometimes. So I do enjoy playing as Yasuke, but I mained as Naue, and I think they did a really good job on the contrast of both characters. Playing as Naue, it felt like the old Assassin's Creed again. Like, you actually feel like an assassin.
Don't tell me that shit.
You know, because like,
don't tell me that shit. I trust your opinion on games, and you're gonna sit here and go, it's just like the old one, and my dumb ass is gonna buy it going, oh, it's just like the old one.
Now listen, before you do that though, the formula is still the newer Assassin's Creed, right? You're still open world, bogged down, hella amount of objectives and open world map points and all that stuff. You know, the typical Ubisoft like formula, right? It's all there. But as far as like the way she plays, you know, I'm sneaking, I'm hiding in shadows, like I'm actually double assassinating, you know, I'm jumping off of rooftops, you know, I'm throwing the fog down and killing them in there. Like, it just felt so good. And like, while you had some of those abilities in Valhalla, you know, I'm a freaking Viking. I don't really feel like an assassin. You know, like Vikings were the opposite of assassins. You know, they never snuck anywhere. Okay, they came in loud and they didn't care. They pillaged and they took everything, and they wanted you to know that they were coming because there was nothing you could do about it. So I didn't really feel that like a assassin, like an actual assassin in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I didn't even really like the story that much. I never finished the game. I just didn't like it. But with Shadows, it's a nice refresh. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is what I like. Okay, I'm in Japan. I'm an actual shinobi, so I'm trained in the art of being an assassin, like a ninja, like people who are actually assassins. You know, I've got my tools. Like I love her weapon set. Like she's got so many different types of weapons that you can use. Like even if you're not sneaking and you're, you know, going against the crowd, she has like great crowd control type of weapons. Like, you know, the ball and chain with the sheath at the end. Like once you like unlock the skills for that and learn how to do combos with that, it's a beast. Like it's deadly. But yeah, so Assassin's Creed is what I've been playing mostly, but I kind of put that on pause because last night South of Midnight came out, so I started playing that.
That's what I was hoping.
Oh man, I've only gotten to chapter 4 because it came out Tuesday, so I only had really one night to play it. But I'm enjoying it so far. Really beautiful game, like crisp, like the art direction of this game. I love it. Like I'm a big kind of stop motion fan, you know, like Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline type stuff. So when I saw a game that was using that, I was like, yes, that is my jam. I love those type of games. So it's really the art direction that kind of got me really intrigued with South of Midnight. And then obviously like the story and the vibe and the character, I was like, okay, so Black girl from the South, that's me too. I'm a Black girl. I'm from the South. So I was like, okay, relatable character. Let me see how relatable Hazel is to me. She definitely reminds me of me a little bit, like very rebellious. I remember like I definitely had an attitude just like her right before I went off to college.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't believe that. Chat, do y'all believe that Morghan had an attitude ever?
Listen, ask my fellow podcast members if I have an attitude, and they will laugh. Oh, every single day she has one. But yeah, like especially when I was 17.
Say you're all attitude. That's it. Just
yeah, he would. He's rude like that. But yeah, she's 17. She's about to go off to college. You know, and I remember that, like, I was ready to leave. You know, when you live in the country for too long, that's how you are. When I was getting ready to go to college, I was like, yes, get me out of here. I'm ready to go. Let's go. So I understand Hazel's
Let's go to a place
attitude.
that has more than just a Dairy Queen and a McDonald's
Yeah,
and a dollar
exactly.
theater. Let's go.
Exactly. Like, I want to see the big bright world. That's how I was. Like, get me out of this country.
I want to see street lights, dadgummit. I'm telling you. So
Exactly.
I was raised in a really small town in Texas. Like my graduating, like we had 240 people in my graduating class.
I think I had a similar graduating size.
It was like, it was hella small. When I was there, we had 3,700 in the city proper. If you included like all the country, like, and the county that was annexed to us, we had like 7,000. Like it wasn't much of nothing.
Here we go. Small town problems right there, man.
So,
I'm telling you.
We had one stoplight, and I'm not kidding. They added the second one. They added the second when we lived there at the end of the overpass because people started getting in wrecks right there, so they had to put a stoplight in.
Yes, I remember because we had one that we added on the highway, like that's right outside of our street that we live on, like Highway 49. They added a stoplight, and they also had to put a bunch of little warning signs and everything because people usually sped through that area and they didn't realize there was a stoplight there. So we also had accidents going on. Yeah, that's definitely relatable. That's definitely
hilarious.
Relatable.
Well, so RPG 88, welcome to the playground. Heck yeah, dude. Nice. I can't tell if that's a renewal or if that's well, it says that for both. If that's a renewal, thank you. If you just became a member again, appreciate having you back, dude. Warawana, speaking of a member of the channel, how in the heck are you, sir?
I'm going well. Sorry I'm late. I was working my 5th job to try and pay for this Twitch too. Yeah, mate. Sorry I was late. In my defense, I got very short notice from Thrifty. All he asked was if I was working today.
That's it.
And not whether I was home. He's like, cool, here's a link. Get in. And I'm like, I'll be here in 5 minutes.
That's not at all how that went down. That's close how that went down. But like, okay, I have to take y'all down a bit. Holy cow. So, Wara, it's my fault. It's not you.
Okay.
The last show, I had to compensate for some people. So I never, it doesn't zero out and 100% out the user volume in the Discord. And so I just had to move both of y'all down. Y'all are good now. So I have seen you play a lot of different games lately. what are you working on right now?
Right now, I am on a couple of different things. I really want to get the proper end. I know this is a really old game, but Hades, the original Hades, I really want to get that like a lot more trophies in it. Like,
Yes. I love
I
Hades.
played it in yeah, it's such a good game. Like I played it and it was in early access, and I'm like, I'll leave it until it's out of early access. But it was in early access for so long, and I forgot about it. And I've just been back on that. I'm playing it on Steam on PC, so not on console. I'm not playing on console. Not that it makes any difference, but I'm just saying. And I'm back on playing that, and I'm getting in. I like how short the runs are, right? Because as a a father of 3 kids, like shorter spurts are good. Like I don't mind a good long session, but I can't always have longer sessions, right? So I love that I know that, look, I got a couple of hours to game. I know I'll get a couple of runs in, hopefully 3. Well, it's a win-win, right? You die quickly or you don't get a very good build and you can get more in. But whereas I've also been trying Returnal, because while I've got to the 5th
Ooh, you in a roguelike mood. Okay, I respect that. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Because I'm sort of in between games, because I was going to play South of Midnight at launch, but because of some of the negativity around it, I'm like, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to wait until Doom's out, and I'm just going to wait until that's just subsided, so I can just play it with more, like, less of that in the back of my head. I feel like people are, again, just misinterpreting what it's meant to be, but not that I'm defending the game. I haven't played it, and everyone's allowed to have an opinion. But anyway, so I'm trying these other games, getting back in these other games, and Returnal, I've never finished it because I'm trash. Like, a lot of people want to say, like, oh, you think you're a fucking hardcore gamer because you're a Souls player, but I'm not actually that good. I just like certain games. I love Returnal. I played it at launch, and yeah, but the runs in Returnal, you can be on them for so long, and I know you can pause.
Yes.
But the problem is, if I pause that run, I will forget what my build is later, and I might not play to how it, like the last run that I did, it made it so that every time I picked up health resin, I got a shield against the next hit. So, like, I was like, holy hell, there's no way I'm going to die. I'm going to be invincible. Got to the boss and died, obviously. But it was amazing getting there, because, like, every time you pick up resin, you're just like, I'm invincible for one hit. So, yeah, so like, I just felt it was an amazing run. And I do just love roguelites. And I'm not trying to sit here and hype them up. Like, everyone either is on the, like, not many people are on the fence about a roguelike. They're either loving them or hate them. But yeah, the other thing I've been on is iRacing, which I know a lot of people aren't big fans of, but I've also been back on GT7, which PS fans will be more.
That's the only racer I recognize. That's my racer.
Yeah, like on iRacing, let me tell you how me getting back into iRacing went. I went into an event which is a multi-class race, so you've got fast cars, faster cars, and even faster cars, and I've picked the fastest car. And I've qualified 5th, and there's 30 people on the field. Most people are in the fastest car, like, let's say 50%. And I qualified 6th. I qualified 6th, and I get into the track. We do a formation lap around Charlotte Raceway, which is like a NASCAR ring, but it's got the inside as well. So it's not just turning left for the whole half-hour race. Anyway, first corner, before the start of the actual lap, I want to get, like, I am not... See, when I'm playing rugby, I'm an aggressive person, and people say you're an arsehole on the field, and I've been caught dropping my knees into people's chests on the ground, and I'm not the same person as not on the field. They're like, you just flick a switch and you're just this prick. I'm just like, well, I can be a prick off the field. Let's try it.
At 100%. 100%.
I've had a coffee this morning. Can anyone tell? Anyway, so it was very strong. So anyway, I go to this first corner, try to give this guy heaps of room, because I want to win fairly. I don't want to knock anyone. Anyway, I hit the bump thing and spin, and I'm there watching 25 drivers go straight past me, and I'm just like pretending to wave at them, like, yep, see it, let him go past, then I go, and I end up finishing 5th, even after the spin. But it's just amazing racing, and I know I don't think anyone else here plays, but it's just like, sort of like GT7 online. It feels great when you make that comeback. And yeah, so that's mainly what I've been playing. I did play Shadows. I've got 9 hours in Shadows, but I didn't think I was gonna really like it, because I haven't liked a lot of the other ones. It's not specific on Shadows. Like, to me, it's another Assassin's Creed game. But again, I've said it before. I've played since the original Assassin's Creed, and I've sort of I'm past my use by date on them. But I played it simply because my partner, she plays every single one of them. So that's why I just decided, like, oh yeah, I'll give it a try, see what it's like. Because I do love Japan just so much. So much love Japan and the history there.
I
And now I'll let
absolutely
everyone else
love that setting. It also set me up to where, like, I absolutely loved the Baghdad setting for a while. Like, where
Yep.
they took us from Baghdad to the from the Middle East over to Italy, France.
Yep.
Not in this order. I'm getting them out of order, but Italy,
Yeah.
France, Rome, Spain, like all of these places, and that area is so rich with so much culture and so much like depth to it. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I loved Assassin's Creed Origins, because there's so much rich culture and historical monuments and just history wrapped in to Egypt. It is just, there's so much stuff, and they used to feel like these period pieces, and then we went to Greece and it felt weird. Like, I don't know, something about it just felt weird. And then we went to England with Valhalla, and it felt weird. Like the whole Viking Valhalla England, like it just felt weird. It didn't feel like a historical piece. It didn't feel like, when you're going through, and I'll even use Origins, kind of something newer. When you're going through Origins, you feel immersed in Egypt. You really do.
Yeah.
Like, between being able to go out of the pyramids, climb them, heck, you can walk around them, you can get inside of them, you can go in all these tombs. Like, that alone was massive. You could get your I forgot the name of the bird in that one, but you could get your bird out and you could just like fly the bird around the entire freaking map, seeing all these monuments and all these things that you've read about, and if you were in school and like paying attention in history, you've seen these things. And so, like, it was really cool to watch them bring those things to life. It's why I loved the original with Altair. I loved being in that Middle Eastern setting and learning more about the Muslim cultures and more about the religions they had and stuff. Like, it was really good, especially at the time. And so I think that's part of the reason why I've been really hard on Odyssey and Valhalla, because I felt like those games did not have that at all. And so, anyways, we're not talking about those in terms of deep topics, but those were Morgan, you give me a little bit of hope for the series, I will say that. Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like, I can't go crazy. Ubisoft is going to have to do a lot to get me to...
I mean, honestly, like, I'm not going to be mad at anybody who waits for Ubisoft, especially, I mean, their games go on sale so quick. Like,
shit, Josh.
And you get everything, you get the bundle, you get the DLC, everything at like a half the price. Hell yeah. Just wait.
Yeah, like just yesterday I had an 11 gig patch. So like they're updating it, they're adding more things. Like they've added weekly quests and stuff like that. So yeah, like Ubisoft games is like, it's a win-win. Either you don't get the FOMO, so you can you play it at launch so you don't miss out, or you wait a couple of months and there's all this added content. So it's a single player game at the end of the day. So you're not missing out if you play it later. Really,
with the way PlayStation Plus is going about their stuff, like we're gonna start getting these games dated like month 2.
Right.
We're gonna start getting this shit. Like, hey, Ubisoft and EA, your games are gonna spike and then drop off the face of the earth. We can help you with that.
Yeah, I saw that Dragon Age. I was like, oh, okay.
That was actually quite funny.
Henry's all over that. He's loving it. I'm pretty sure he's still loving it.
I have it
Dragon
downloaded, but guys, let me tell y'all this. I made a very stupid promise, or I opened my mouth and said that I was going to do something. It wasn't really a promise, but I'm a person of my word. And if you go to the Discord, you're welcome. You can check out the little tab on the side called Thrifty Content. and you will see something, and that is going to be what we will be doing for members only coming up and going forward until I either rip out my eyeballs or fall in love, because apparently those are the only two options. So if you're not in the Discord, you need to go there to see what the heck I'm talking about. But needless to say, Chuckles McGee over here, Wara, the reason why he's chuckling is because this was all spawned because of him. He set me up, he baited me, and he trapped me, just like a daggum kangaroo. And so now I'm fulfilling what I said I was going to do. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the PlayStation Plus catalog, because that's an easy thing. Get the ball rolling on some of these. Plus, the headlining game is a game that I'm absolutely in love with. So, let's go ahead and dive into this. Whoops. Does anybody else have that one tune that, like, when they're stalling or when they are, like, going from one thought to the next, it's the tune that they play? Because for me, it's Inspector Gadget, and I don't know why. But, like, for me, it's Inspector Gadget. Does anybody, chat, does anybody have that tune? Do y'all, Morgan, Wara, do either of y'all just randomly start humming the same shit over and over again?
Yeah, I keep going, ain't nothing gonna break my stride when I'm struggling on an ultra run.
I can't tell if you're serious or fucking with me.
I'm being serious. It's holding back tears.
It's holding back, okay, fair enough.
I've been humming the Astrobot theme song ever since you said something about Sony buying out the BAFTAs. I was like, oh man.
Listen, they straight up bought the BAFTAs, but we'll get into that. Let's do that right after this.
Oh, are you talking about in the Discord, or are you talking about something else?
No. So, PlayStation Plus, game catalog, Hogwarts Legacy, Blueprints, the second episode of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Battlefield, okay, we can skip that one. Masters, Plate Up, like, this is a great freaking month of ads. And fun fact, these are all PS5. All of them. Battlefield 1 is the... Okay, must be the last one. Sorry, I read that they are stopping doing PS4 games in the service. They're only going to be switching them over to full PS5 games because more people download the PS5 versions than the others. So, with this, we do have some pretty fun games. Like, we have Blueprints, which apparently has taken the absolute world by storm. We have Hogwarts Legacy, which should have won Game of the Year a couple years back. Absolutely had no reason not to. The game was absolutely freaking phenomenal. Even the few glitches this stupid game had, where like your guy would all of a sudden like be standing on the broom as you were going through it. Like even those were still fun as hell. Like because it looked like he was just surfing on the broom. It was great. I absolutely loved this game. Phenomenal game. Sometimes I still re-download it, jump back into the world, and just go exploring. I'll complete a trial or two, go do something stupid. Can't do combat because I forgot all the button combinations, but I still like to do all the damn exploring.
We're getting blessed with that sequel, though.
Listen.
Yeah, that's it. The Hogwarts Legacy did something better than winning Game of the Year. It broke Call of Duty's streak of selling the most games.
I'll take that.
Yeah, 100%. And then selling over 30 million. I don't know what it's up to now, but if it's at 35 million, I won't be surprised. And Hogwarts Legacy is the first game that me and my missus both platinumed ourselves, like the same game.
Yo,
like
okay, I platinumed that too. Was that not the worst platinum ever?
That was well, my missus spent 171 hours getting the Witcher 3 plat, and she had to keep reloading to get all of the Gwent cards. So I think for her, that was a lot worse than Hogwarts Legacy. But Hogwarts Legacy, I was stuck in the room of requirement area you get where you got to go out and you got to get all the different animals or whatever. One of them I didn't even know was there. I must have, I don't know, missed it, whatever. But it was painful because of all the collectibles.
Trying to get all those collectibles. Like, there was no official list of everything, and you having to hunt down, and it wasn't marked on the map. You just, it was, I about pulled my hair out. But anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that reminded me, though, because of that. This week, actually, Thrifty, I forgot to mention, me and my missus finished Split Fiction, and then we got the platinum as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then if anyone's played that game, if you played the mini game where you gotta not let the bomb explode, have you guys played it?
Yes, me and Nate played it.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
We got the plat. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
That minigame, yo, I swear we almost ended our friendship on that minigame because the amount of times that we would explode each other with that bomb.
Yeah. It's funny because like we had different ideas on what we should do, right?
Yeah.
And I said, look, I just think that every time we're about to pass the bomb, we should announce throwing announce throwing.
That's what we did. We did. We said pass. Our word was pass.
And she was like this. She's like, because by this point, like it was the last trophy, and we were fucking a little bit frustrated. She goes, no. No, we're just gonna go to a certain point and throw it. I'm like, okay, well, what if it's on the flame? You know what I mean? And like, yeah, it was really tense, right?
I'm telling you, that test relationships right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So we went through it. We went through it all, and so I didn't say anything else about announcing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we went through each level and made sure we did it like 5 times without dying. And then we started it all again, and on the second one we fucked up, and then she fucked up, and I'm like, okay, let's do it again. Let's start again. Like, okay, this is the last time, and she's like, this is the last time, and then if not, then let's not worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, let's just do it.
Yeah.
In that one, she would, without even realizing, she was like throwing, right. So she started saying it, and then we got through. Yeah. But I'm not going to say anything while we're doing it. And then after we got it, we like did a massive high five like on the couch, and I'm like, yes. and I'm like, now just to point out.
Oh no! She's like, listen,
I hit her with
you don't have to rub it in, okay? Okay, you were right, okay?
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
I just find it funny. I just find it funny that right. I just find it funny that. Did you notice that you were throwing? And she's like, "Shut the fuck."
It's like you realize you used my word, right? Yeah.
She knew. I'm just glad. And then I was like, I'm just glad we went with my idea, because we were just both so glad. I was just being a cunt about it. It was like being funny. It was funny.
Done.
But yeah, she was like, I didn't want to hear anything about it. But when we went back and we went back and platinumed It Takes Two, because when we were playing that, because when we were playing that, the twins were only like less than a year old, and they were fucking drama. So we were just like, finishing it was good enough. But now we're like, no, let's get it done. There's nothing that's so super hard, so we got that done as well. So.
I got a question for
Joseph's
y'all.
already announced he's working on his other game, so I'm just like, yes, give it, keep coming with it.
Yeah.
Here's my question for y'all.
All right, back to you, Thrifty.
It kind of, it's going to be riffing off of something you said about Split Fiction and y'all's conversation about it. So like, my wife does not game at all, like at all. Not even a cell phone game.
Yep.
Doesn't do it. Like, that's just not her shtick. The closest I've been able to get is she has watched me play God of War 2018, Last of Us, the original, and Spider-Man Miles Morales, I believe. And she did all of those because she really got engaged in the story. Like, literally, it was like if you're watching a movie or something, or like, let's say your significant other, your spouse is in there, they're watching something, it's not your thing. Like, let's say When Calls the Heart. I don't know if anybody knows what the hell that is, but my wife had that on one day, and I was like, I heard something, and I was like, that's interesting. And then next thing I know, I'm sitting on the fucking couch with her going, all right, well, this is cool. I love this show now. It's great. And that's essentially what happened. Like, she was watching and was like, oh, this is really cool. I like this story. Are they zombies? This was Last of Us. I said, no, they're not zombies, because zombies freak her out. I was like, they're infected. She goes, oh, okay. And so, like, I was like, yeah. It was like, they're zombies, but they're infected. And so, like...
Did she watch the Last of Us TV show?
No, that's the thing.
No.
Like, I didn't get her to watch Last of Us Part 2, which was fine because she would have seen Joel get killed and she would have been like, no thanks, I'm out. No. Which is what I did. So, yeah. But like, is it a game? Back to the Split Fiction question. Is it a game that my wife can pick up and be able to play? Is it intuitive with the controls?
Yes.
Or is it something that you have to be a decent gamer to get?
No, it's very. I think it's intuitive, but go ahead, Wara.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because like that was me and my missus were talking about that and how it's very forgiving and it feels designed so that you can sort of play. Most of it seems like it'd be perfectly fine when one person's like sort of carrying the team and just helping out the other person. There's a lot of accessibility issues, and it seems like it is designed to be played with someone who's got like one person's a gamer, the other person's not, and it's sort of very forgiving, it seems, and designed around that. However, there are some sections, like the centipede section, Morgan, you might remember.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that section.
Dying laughing. We were dying laughing at that section, but we were just like,
swing.
Kept saying,
I was nowhere with that one. Swing.
What's that?
I said that was our word with that one. Like with the word with our word for the ball one was pass, and the word for the centipede was swing.
Yeah, swing.
Like,
yeah.
swing.
Oh, that was good. And yeah. My missus was on edge for that bit. Yeah, but there are going to be some sections that I feel like some people would struggle, but there are a good amount of accessibility things to alleviate if someone's not much of a gamer. And because you'll be playing couch co-op, it probably would likely be easier than I think that overall she'll have a lot of fun. I'm assuming, but yeah, the game's a really good happy medium between having like the hardcore, like, you know, people who game more happy and enjoying it, and then make it so it's not too convoluted and frustrating and annoying and stuff like that.
I had to say, I am already all of those things. She does not need any extra.
She'll have a good time. It's like a really good time, just like really fun game, you know, easy to follow along, like nothing crazy. It's just a really good time.
Yeah, my missus loved the story. Like I did too. My missus was actually crying. But the story part, like no spoilers. Yeah. It was sad. And especially because we got twins as well, like obviously. And she's got twin brothers who are 22, and it's like, anyway, I won't go into it, but yeah.
So, all right. So this list is really, really good. Blueprints. Let's do this. Let's just do this real quick. Let me pull up a trailer for Blueprints, because this game, people have talked about it. I missed it completely, I guess. And so let's see what we got here.
Yeah, they're talking about it's this year's Balatro. Like, I was like, okay.
This is, I'm pretty certain this is the puzzle game that was at the last like event, the bigger event for Sony, and it was part of the PS Plus games coming. I'm definitely going to play this.
Yeah, sure. I gotta try it, man.
It kind of reminds me of like a updated version of Myst. Anyone remember what Myst was? It was a PC game where you should know what Myst is.
Myst. Wait, is that the one that someone made a piss take of that game and called it something else? Or am I thinking of a different game?
Maybe, but
I'm gonna check it now.
Myst is actually a really it's an old game from like 93, 94, 95, somewhere around there.
Oh no, I haven't played that then. But, MYST?
Yeah, MYST.
Yeah.
And or there was a cell phone game that was called The Room, and they did like The Room. They did a Room VR.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
The Room.
Listen, that was the first game that I had paid money for, because they had they had the not like on a cell phone. They had the trial, and it got you to where like you could open this chest and find your way out of like this room that you were in, and then it led you into another area, and like that area you had to buy the rest of the game. And I straight up spent like $5, $6, $7 back in the day to get that, because it was so freaking intriguing. So if this is at all like that, like where you have to pick up devices and try to figure out codes or locks or find hidden pieces or whatnot, I'm going to be very, very happy with this. And so it's exciting to me. Morgan, what about you? Are these kind of puzzle games your thing?
You know, I don't usually play puzzle games. I used to back in the day, like you know, early like PS1, PS2, because you know they had a lot of those puzzle type of games, but I haven't played one in a while. But hearing the reviews for this and everybody talking about it, and Shu especially, like I always look to Shu for good recommendations when it comes to like indie games. And he gave it the Shu thumbs up, so I was like, okay, so I have to try it, you know, and it's in PS Plus, so obviously there's nothing to lose, so why not?
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. It's in PS Plus. That's really good. That means they got their bag, and that means that PlayStation saw it as relevant enough to do well enough in their service. Like, it's not PlayStation doesn't give us slop when they give us a new game or a new title. They actually give us something that's going to be really good, or they at least perceive is going to be good for the gamer. So I am actually excited about that. And there were some other things on here that we could look at real quick. Let me go back. Here we go. Lost Records. I have no idea what the hell this game is.
It's by the same studio that does oh my gosh, like I can't remember the game that
Like
I love.
Life is
Oh,
Strange?
Jesus.
What you mean?
Yes, Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank God.
well the title and everything, the title card for it looks very much Life is Strange style.
Right.
So
Right.
okay, that makes sense. So it's more of a movie style, like narrative novel type game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I just talk quickly? Nate said something. He said, Nate in the chat said, I feel like puzzle gamers are starving, so they're going crazy over this game. You know what I find? I'm sorry to step in and divert the conversation, but I feel like puzzle gamers and what are they called? Horror movie fans. They're like they're two genres that are like really hard to please because of the fact that some people will just be like, well, this movie wasn't scary at all. It's not a good movie. But like if you don't scare them, right? And the same with like a puzzle gamer, like, you know, either it's really hard to find that happy medium between straining them and making them really think outside the box to enjoy the puzzles and not making it too hard so they go, this is dumb. This is a dumb puzzle because I can't figure it out. So yeah, it's a good point. They probably, I have noticed that I did see that the Metacritic was like really high, like a 94 or something like
The
that.
highest
like,
rated game of the year so far.
Dang.
Yeah. So using Reforged Gaming's theory, that will be game of the year. So yeah, that's just.
Is
But
that how
anyway,
that
yeah.
works?
So
Is that...
yeah, well, he just goes. Anyway, let's not turn into a hate. Yeah, like obviously there's more to it. So yeah, Nate agrees that it is hard to make a good puzzle game, and I just think that like it's underappreciated because like underappreciated skill, like making a puzzle game overall is like good or not. You can't have the puzzle being too much the same, or people will get bored. And then how hard do you want to make it, and how for people who are like really good at puzzles, and anyway. So I'm definitely going to try it. I don't know how well I'll do in it, but I do love me a puzzle game. So
Yeah, I'd love to say that I'm there day one, but puzzle games are like way down on my list. I do love like types. Like I have enjoyed those games in the past. But there's so much shit out right now. There's so much stuff that I'm planning to play catch up on, and I'm literally down to like the last half of a chapter in Sword and Fairy Together Forever. So that should be completed this weekend, and I'm really excited about that. I want to see how we finish this off. So that's going to be great. I just started and completed my first like hour and a half in Octopath Traveler. And so playing that now. Oh yeah, it's on sale and I got it. And
nice.
So it was below 25, I think. I think I got it for $24.99, and so I was super stoked. Because the last time it was on sale, I missed it. And then I just pre-ordered, coming out at the end of April. What the heck was it? It is the game I'm super excited for, JRPG, Final Fantasy X, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. So, I have shit to do.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really started anything else like new. That's what I'm waiting for as well.
Because that's right around the corner.
Because I have crap to do, and I need to be able to sit there and go, you know what? Okay. Oh, and I've been playing the shit out of some college football again. Oh my gosh. Every time I get into that game, it's like I have to complete another half season before I can put it down. Like, I'm in love with that stupid game, and it's dumb, and I shouldn't be, and it's just like Madden, only sped up, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Hey, people are happy college football's back. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Listen, that has to be all that it is. I'm stoked.
Back in a sec.
I absolutely love it. I love that stupid Madden clone piece of crap. Anyways, they got me. Damn it, they got me. And it pisses me off that they got me, but they did. I've held strong against EA and against their sports titles. I only get them on like super deep sale, usually 1 to 2 years removed. And like they got me with college football. But anyways, speaking of things that got them, I was able to get the great Jez to come on the show. Jez, how are you?
Yo, what's up, man?
What is up, dude?
The great Jez. Oh my goodness.
The great Jez, the only one that's actually
What?
accurate.
That could be the one from the Grindhouse then.
Nah. That's not this one. Who's that?
Oh man,
It was your birthday the other day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Thank you. Yeah, it was my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
happy birthday!
It was the birthday.
To you. No.
Oh, we don't need all that.
You're not doing that shit? Come on, man. Y'all are no
Did Phil
fun.
make you some pancakes?
Janky pancakes. I went to IHOP for my breakfast. I ordered the janky pancakes from Janky Jones.
No, they
Wonderful.
gave
He goes, here's 1 month of Game Pass on me.
Jez, it's your fault. I get it now. It is your fault that
What?
FanFest is not happening. They asked
Dude.
you, what is your wish?
Oh,
and you
man.
said,
Yo,
I really
man.
wish y'all would stop doing tattoos on people's ass cracks. And they said, fine,
I
no,
never
no
said-
FanFest.
No, I never said I didn't want them. I'm like, I need that stuff because that gives me my jollies and laugh every year when they show people getting their asses signed by Phil Spencer.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I love
but
in-person stuff. It's so much
it was
better.
crazy that I was saying that I was like, how? I remember saying at the beginning of this year, how can they do a fan fest given the rumors of what they might announce about this whole third party stuff? And like, if Gears will be announced there, like, how do you have a bunch of diehard Xbox fans in a room with jerseys, Phil Spencer signing asses, Matt Booty doing cartwheels, and then they're like on the big screen, they go, and Gears coming to PlayStation. Dude, I think they would have a riot.
I said it's a danger.
Yeah.
It is, yo, they would throw tomatoes at Phil.
But honestly,
There's no way.
like
Coming
Like,
with
I know- like-
tomatoes.
like I know obviously it's just a joke, but like at the same time, we did have people like Jez Corden saying that, you know, just because ABK has been purchased by Microsoft, they are going to keep letting him do BlizzCon.
Oh,
And
sure.
then BlizzCon hasn't happened again. And he
Until
keeps
next
saying,
year.
"Oh,
Next
it's
year they said
coming,
it's
nothing to
happening.
show."
It's
yeah,
coming.
yeah, and it's just like, that's bullshit, bro.
It's
I
taped
don't
2
think
years
I'm
of
speed
BlizzCon.
running how to be wrong about everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey man, you know, but the thing is that honestly, them not having FanFest, what is crazy that
yep.
it's really a testament as to how they feel about that Xbox brand and whatever the fans like. It's done, dude. It is done, and it just shows it just is telling of what that show in June is going to be, because the fact that they're not doing it, because even after E3 was canceled, they made a whole testament that was still getting people together, FanFest, and they did all this shit. Yo, and I got all the videos, man. Everybody knows on my next show, we're going to go through the memories of FanFest, because we got people getting tattooed, circumcised. It was insane.
Did you get the email about FanFest 2025, Jez? Because I'm looking at the email now that I got.
No, I did not get it. I got invited last year, but I never went.
Yeah. So the email still has.
Let me see. I didn't check
buy
my
the
email.
merch.
Let me see.
Yeah, it still says, but the point is, it still has the link to buy the merch. It's like the
Oh
whole
yeah, I
point
did
of the
get
merch.
it. Yo, I did
Yeah,
get
the
it. I
whole
got the
point-
email.
Yeah, like the whole point is you get the merch,
Please.
you go out there
Yo.
and mass, and
No, it doesn't.
you're all wearing the Xbox stuff, right? But if it's a digital only event, you know, are they even going to buy the merch? I don't know. Maybe they
It's for
will.
the-
I guess.
Yo,
that,
I did get the email. Let me see this.
but it's like we're not going to do anything, but here,
hilarious.
give us money.
Dude. Yeah, this is like what's crazy is like it's almost like what they do. It's almost like they did when everybody was when people isolated in 2020. It's like we're gonna do like we're all in this together. All this bullshit. We'll be video streams of people like we're gonna be like doing all this whole like all that shit for COVID. Like they're gonna be like doing like video parties of people's little houses. Like, yo, what the hell's going on? Get the hell out of here! Look, yo. Damn, I got it. Yeah, because I applied last year. I was like, let me see. There was no way they're gonna invite me. Dude, they invited me with a red carpet to go to that place. They said, bring a friend. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, nah, I'm not going in. Everybody's like, you gotta go and meet Phil. I'm like, yo.
Go shake
Yeah,
his
and,
hand.
TV.
Zero Steel has found Joe Biden's burner account, Jay Giovanni. Think this has anything to do with the tariffs? That comment there.
Yeah.
It's a show 'cause of the tariff,
Phil-
right?
Oh,
Yo.
yes.
Like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
the
there's
tariffs,
that,
yeah.
and then there's all these others now. So some of these are really good. It feels like admission by the community has been hollowed. Probably at Gamescom. All due respect, the crowd would boo almost every game announced for PlayStation.
Yes, I know. That's probably exactly why. That's why, man. Because they used to do where they had they had everybody go there, line up, and they'll give out all the Xbox swag and shit, and then they gave them, and then they had them like do that. There it is. And they would be in the theater, and they'll have like a screen, and they'll watch it on the screen. But meanwhile, there'll be like booty there with coffee. There'll be tattoos, Xbox cotton candy, all this shit. That there'll be everything but the games. God damn it, it'll be I got all the videos. They know, people know from watching my channel that
They said they're not holding back on that PS5 logo when it comes to
no, man,
not holding back
games.
shit.
And just
So
they
just
would
so you
boo
know,
the shit out of them.
they're gonna hype this. Like next year will be bigger and better, but this is their 10th celebration, right? If they're not doing it this year, they ain't fucking doing it next year.
Correct.
It's definitely gone.
No,
Right.
it's done. Like
gone.
there's
Podium
no
can-
reason.
Like,
I was really surprised because I thought they would kind of piggyback off of Game Fest, the summer Game Fest with Keeley. Kind of that's what they did, where you go to Game Fest and then they'll have an Xbox party, like a Xbox private fan fest thing, and you know, it's not like nobody's going to LA. Like there is Summer Games Fest, which basically has taken over E3. It's not that big, but there's demos and things like that. And I thought that they would just keep going, piggybacking off of that. And the fact that they're going all digital, that just, and I think it's not.
I know we suck again.
Money. Yeah, it's not money. I think it's all because they know what the content of this showcase is going to be, and it is a multi-platform show. Just look at the after show or whatever the hell that thing is. We went from, yes, it's an exclusive, the most important exclusive ever for Xbox in Starfield, and then last year it was Call of Duty multiplat, and now this year it's Outer Worlds 2 multiplat. So like they basically, even the after shows are not even something that highlights Xbox at all. Like it's just, again, it's just a multi-platform show, and I think that a lot of the games that they show are going to have PlayStation logos or even Switch logos, and you can't have people celebrating. What are they celebrating anymore, dude? There's nothing to celebrate.
this has got me thinking that the big Xbox games are about to be announced for PlayStation, like the Gears, the Halo. Like
that's what I thought.
It's going to cause people to be pissed.
They're not ready. They are not ready for Gears on PlayStation. No matter how many times
I knew
dude, they are but the internet, the YouTubers, nobody is ready for that announcement.
Oh man, that's just gonna be so weird when that finally happens.
You know
It
who's ready?
is.
You know who's
Forza
ready
was
for
weird.
Gears? You know who's ready for Gears on PlayStation?
The developer.
Ready.
Satya Nadella.
Oh,
That's bringing my
yes.
money to right now.
He's like,
Yes.
that's gonna be
Rubbing
wonderful.
his hands, Birdman hands.
Dude,
Like, yeah.
Satya can't wait, man.
Our subscriptions and our
They
sales.
saw them Forza pre-orders. They said, "Oh, push the button."
Listen,
do
guys,
it."
You
it
can't
just
wait,
dawned on
dude.
me. Satya Nadella is just Mr. Burns with a tan. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Did I stutter?" He's like, "I didn't stutter this time." It's gonna be incredible. Yeah,
that
he
would
can't.
make Matt
it would-
Booty Mr. Smithers.
But do
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know? I wanted to see. I didn't even see? I was so busy at work today. I didn't even see. Did Phil Spencer say anything about no Fanfest, or and he didn't mention anything, right?
That man's not even on Twitter anymore. He's on Blue Sky. So
Dude.
did he say something on Blue Sky?
I have no
Oh,
clue,
shit.
because he would be the one that's hurt by this, because he loves people like signing that ass and all that stuff and those tattoos. He loves himself some Phil Spencer and seeing everybody
That
and wearing
man
his
left
jackets and
Twitter.
stuff.
What
They
are gonna do
basically
this year? They're
ruined.
gonna re-talk about the handheld, Xbox handheld, and how
Dude,
they're doing
they-
deals with Asus.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
yo,
Even-
dude, even that, man, even that, like if they had a handheld, that would have been a perfect way to bring people there to get first hands on to their handheld. Like, I don't know, man. This is really crazy that FanFest is not there, and that these were opportunities to kind of show a handheld and
Yeah.
to kind of get people hyped up on that stuff. But it just shows that, the one person I think is hurt the most is Phil, because he loved that shit. He loved it about him. Meet him, shake his hand, look at, and he loved that stuff. And that was the community. You destroy the community by not having FanFest, like, and the capping and the people that are glazed, the Xbox glaze that's going around. They're gonna be like, wait, we don't get invited to FanFest. There's no more perks anymore. They're gonna be deglazed.
You want to see a depressing list? Scroll up through. If you look at that
Yeah.
list,
Yeah.
that's the average tier list from
Yep.
gamers for Xbox games. That is depressing. I don't even have a joke about it.
S tier
So-
multiplayer too. That's crazy.
So you know
Oh,
shit.
shit.
So listen, this
That's
is why
depressing.
when Wara said, "I wonder what's
Halo
gonna
should
be there."
demoted from S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
When-
just
when-
like-
when
bootleg
Wara
tier
said,
now.
Wara was like, "What's gonna be there?" And I was like, "Well, shit, I can figure that out." Look at these games that they're trying to hype up. Now this is IGN, so there's cap everywhere, there's bullshit everywhere, and hey,
Oh, IGN, yo, dude,
Look,
I didn't even
like
see that
500
IGN
See
gameplay,
that? The
dude.
list is average of 589 contributors. Scroll down.
589.
I wonder if Ryan McCaffrey's going to interview Phil Spencer again.
but look, the
Crazy.
Fable game and then the Perfect Dark reboot are the two things that, like, the first and second thing mentioned, the new Fable getting delayed to 2026 and the Perfect Dark reboot. Like, then Rare's Everwild. Like, this is just last year. Coalition's
You know what's
E-Day.
funny? They're writing
would say the K3.
Rare's
That's what I want.
Everwild like Rare's name has any weight anymore. No one cares about Rare anymore. No offense to Rare or the developers there.
Rare. I
Rare's
forgot.
Everwild.
State
State of
old Rare.
Decay
It's not the
3,
same
what are
Rare
they
anymore.
saying?
They're saying Ninja
Oh.
Gaiden, State of Decay 3, Everwild, Gears of War E-Day, Hideo Kojima's OD. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna promote that. Wait, when does?
I think we saw enough in Ninja Gaiden 4. I don't
Yeah,
think we gotta see that
Yeah,
again.
when does Kojima's? Shit,
That
when
comes
does,
out in June.
it does. Okay, so
Yeah.
when is the
June 26th.
showcase? Oh, then he's not
But-
gonna. I don't think Kojima's going to promote OD.
If it's coming to
OD
PlayStation, he will.
OD's like 2030. I swear.
2030.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Let them have this one thing.
I
It's
just
a
don't
PlayStation.
think so.
Next year's got the movie deal.
What about
Next
Project
year's
Mara?
movie
We need to
deal,
see
doing that.
Project Mara,
The
the apartment game.
I thought that was an apartment
Phil
tour.
Spencer's apartment game.
Phil Spencer's
Damn.
apartment.
You just gotta rearrange your shelf, Jez. You just gotta keep
Yeah.
rearranging your shelf.
You rearrange the shelf from in the game. No, but like it's crazy. Like if you look at that list, like they're gonna show more Fable, which it's the same shit. Like Clockwork Revolution is one game I'm interested in.
That game
But
looked
again,
interesting.
the problem that I have with all Microsoft stuff is that they, even when they show things and it looks good, it's always the delivery, and we've seen that this
Yeah.
year with Avowed and South of Midnight. Like South of Midnight looked really cool, like had the aesthetic, but the gameplay, I was playing it. I played about an hour or two of it, and I'm just like, the music, the graphics, like it looks really sharp. It's very linear, but man, the gameplay, it is just like you roll in your eyes. You're like, this is all I'm
I
gonna
can't
do.
lie. Yeah.
Yo, there's like I'm like legit, there's like steps there and a bridge. The shit is a glowing blue, and all you got to do is hit LB, and she
LB?
throws some shit at it,
Yeah.
and it turns into something you could jump on. And I'm like, it's not even hidden. Like it's not. What is the
know there's
purpose
a-
of this?
There's an accessibility feature where you can skip the combat.
Oh, I took a screenshot of it. Yeah, I was put it on Twitter, but I didn't want to trigger anybody. But yeah, it's basically
I was like,
on my
oh,
phone.
okay.
It says skip everything, skip it
Mhm.
all. But
What?
even but
On which game?
you
Boss
could skip the
battles, you
boss
skip
fights.
combat.
The combat,
and
which
the
I
other thing,
did
yeah, I was
skip
gonna
it. It
talk about
really
that
does. I did
Yeah,
skip it.
yeah.
You just say it goes.
No
and
shit.
What's crazy is that the fighting is in an arena. It's always in the same arena, like the same look, like with the twigs around you, and you basically fight to get out, and then that's it. There's no kind of
Yeah, it's a
atmosphere
ring
at
to
all.
fight.
It's just a
like,
ring.
It's not like you're walking and you happen upon an enemy. Like
No, it's an
Yeah, it's
area.
just
Like it's a enter
area.
the ring.
a specific
And then you
area.
fight to get out of that ring, and if you die you go back into the ring, and you got to pass this ring in order to get out. But when you go in there, you could just hit skip, and it just says the ring is done, and you just move along and go to the
Yep.
next area.
No.
And what's crazy, there's nothing to fight as you're going. So far what I played, like you just basically just running linearly through a level, and there's bridges and things that are colored in blue, and you just throw your shit at it, and it makes it solid so you could jump on it. And that's it. It's not even like hidden or
Imagine
anything
that.
along those lines. It's basically you throw some shit at it, and it becomes a real life object that you could jump on. And then that takes you to the next area and to the next cutscene. And then there's a boss fight. And there's only 3 boss fights. And you can skip it all. Skip the
and
boss
like,
fights too.
Yeah, and when you were talking about that on your grindhouse, I was sort of like, I was getting frustrated. I was annoyed at the idea that you could skip all gameplay in a game, and it's not about South of Midnight. I don't want this discussion from me to be about South of Midnight specifically. It's just the game doing it. But I am all for accessibility. When they added a mode that you could drive around the racetrack in Forza Motorsport, as someone like my daughter's, my ex's brother, he's completely blind and he's a massive car guy, and I know, and he's got other disabilities as well, but he would love that. And for him to be able to do that, I get it. That's great. And I was like, that's cool that exists, right? Because he can get the feel of like driving the car and all the rest and yada yada yada. But being able to have a game that you can remove all gameplay from it, it's just a little bit frustrating. Like accessibility's gone a little bit too far. You know, that'd be the title of the fucking article. But like at what point do you load a game up to not have gameplay? As Josh just said, you know, there's a medium where there is no gameplay at all, and it's called a movie. And
yeah, might as well do
and
that.
again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to South of Midnight, but Jesus fucking Christ, if you're going to be skipping every bit of gameplay, what are we doing here?
That's right. What are we doing
know what
here?
I mean?
It really
I
is
feel like I'm
a
taking
head
crazy
scratcher.
pills.
And
Yeah,
it's
and
not
like-
even like easy combat, make the combat easier. It's like skip it all
Yeah.
entirely.
Honestly, you know what
And
they could
it's
do?
crazy.
Just release something on YouTube or somewhere else where it's South of Midnight, the movie, right? Because they have all the
Yeah.
cutscenes. They just get all those cutscenes, the company, and put them all together for people who don't want to go through the actual game. So they
And
can
on-
still experience all that stuff.
And on
then
top of
everyone-
that,
you know,
it's not
yeah.
a big game. It's not a long game. It's a $40 game. It's 3 boss fights. It's not
Yeah.
a super long game where, like, you know, if you want to kind of get through the story, like a Witcher type, you hear it for the story and very minimal combat. It basically skips the boss fights. It skips the things. And for people, and you know, when Rand was saying that stuff, he's like, you're not missing anything. And that's the problem. Like the combat is not even that engaging where it's like, oh no, but you want to play it because it's so much fun and engaging.
You kind
It's
of
like,
get the
no,
gist after the first couple battles. You're like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
you kind of get it. Like, okay, this is what the combat is. So
They
it's
give
not,
you all the abilities at
yeah,
the beginning.
you're not really missing much if you skip the combat.
So
And
that's
it's
what
such a cool look
Yeah.
and story, and I think the graphics look really sharp on it. But you just want to explore more. Like you wish it was open world or some sort of exploration and things like that. But it's super linear, man. You just run right through it.
So we have two people here in the chat who have given a couple super chats. So let me read those real quick. Stephen Leon with the 50. Holy shit! Welcome,
The
Stephen
Leon
Leon.
baby, there it
Woo,
is.
Lord help! Hey, he was on the show, and he is invited back whenever
birthday buddy.
he wants to. That's right. He said, "Here's money for the kids. Switch 2. Good to see Jez, Wara, and I guess Morgan, JK."
And you spoil
Feelings
thrifty. Steven's spoiling your children.
Hey, listen, he spoils me too.
He's spoiling your
The
children.
only thing
man.
I don't do is call him daddy. Glad to see.
They're gonna start calling him. Their kids are gonna start calling him daddy. They're like, Daddy Steven got us the Switch.
Glad to see all of you. Nintendo will pull a Wii U. Oh, here we go. Nintendo will pull a Wii U and a PS3. Sony learned. Nintendo, not so much. My son and I will not be shit.
Oh man.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Bale Dante with another freaking 50. Holy cow!
Oh,
now I
Bale
got
Dante.
now I got
Keep
two
going.
dads. Look how
Man
this
in the
works.
comments.
Pitching
Okay.
Two dads. My two dads.
pitching in as
Kids like
well.
me too.
Have fun, guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Let's move off of Xbox for just a second because we got some Nintendo
Yeah.
crap to talk about.
Oh man.
So we got some Nintendo stuff to talk
Oh,
about, and
man.
yes, I'm saying their name now loudly
Oh,
and
you thought I was
proudly.
opinionated about Xbox stuff. You just
They
told me.
didn't
Oh,
strike
man,
down my last
yeah.
video.
He was holding back.
Funny enough, guys, as soon as the last video posted, I get an email. Can't make this shit up. I get an email from YouTube said it's been copywritten. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay.
Really?
No. Hang on.
Mm.
So I open it up, and it's because even though I used music that was considered license free, because Streamlabs music thing went away, and now you have to actually like sign up for a subscription to use their built-in stuff. And so I thought that it was because of Nintendo, and I was like, you're kidding. Like, there's no way in hell Nintendo already flagged this. And no, it was just because of that stupid music. But I swear to y'all, I thought Nintendo got me. I was like, what the freaking crap, man?
It's like, get him.
So the Nintendo ninjas got him.
They sent
That's
Kirby
right.
to eat me.
They eat
So
you.
Now, so we've had controversy since this stupid thing was like announced. First it was price, then it was price of the unit, then it was price of the games. Then after that it was it's not powerful enough. People have taken all of those and thrown them off into the garbage with the exception of the price of the games. Then you now you have the story that came out that hey, Nintendo games that are shipped physically aren't going to have the actual game on the cartridge. Holy shit. Like, so why are you paying more? You can't tell me it costs $10 more for that stupid cartridge and for the case. It can't. And I know printer ink isn't that much, so you can't sell me on, well, it's a full color artwork and blah, blah. No, shut up. Like, that doesn't work. So, like, it didn't make any sense. And now, thank you, Josh, for posting this in the Discord. By the way, click the link in the description below to join. Physical Nintendo Switch 2 edition games will come with the Switch 2 version on the cartridge after all. I'm not going to read the fucking article because that's exactly what the article says. Nintendo themselves, though, is the one who has confirmed this. So, does this change anything about that shit being $90 still?
Nope.
Okay. I was just checking.
They're not 90 now. They're 80.
Oh.
It's a flexible model.
It's
a
flexible
pricing.
Case by case.
Model.
Case by case.
Case by case.
Case by case,
That
they
means,
say.
and I know what that means. Any game with Mario's face on it is $80.
You know what else is
still
flexible?
A red line. There's still a red line.
There's something else that flexes. It's
There's a red hat.
It's Nintendo buyers when they go to buy a game, they're gonna have to bend over and flex a lot.
Oh, they're giving everybody the Wii
man.
remastered right in their ass.
I mean, people have been paying $120 for Pokemon for the last 7 generations.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
so.
the price. Listen, the price is not gonna. This is my thing on the whole Nintendo stuff. All the shit that they're getting, all the stuff that they're getting, it's not gonna matter because people will buy it and play it. They may lose some people here and there, but I don't think it's not going to do anything. I don't think we're gonna see a Wii U level of the stuff. I think that this is I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah. No, why? Because the thing is that it's carrying from the Switch. So like your games, your library, and also the digital library carries with you to the Switch too. So it's not like you got to stop all your games and start up a brand new one. Basically, you just migrate over, and there's people that will. I do think, though, that a lot of their policies and decisions that they're making are ridiculous, and I don't want those to trigger and, go down to the PlayStation and want to go, we'll do some things more like this and stuff like that, and just think that we're just kind of blind fans of just buying anything that they throw at us and quality drops and all that other shit. The thing is that I feel that Nintendo is just, they definitely have that hubris going on right now where they could just do whatever they want and they think they walk on water. And I hope something they get slapped in the face and reconsider stuff, but I don't think it's going to be that massive because they have a lot more with the theme parks, with the movie, with Mario is bigger than ever, and that franchise is bigger than ever, and I think that they got a lot of leverage. Outside leverage. They're not this kind of niche, just like, oh, I remember that. They got the nostalgia factor. All their games and their all the stuff that they have, their collectibles, everything's a collectible from Nintendo. What we grew up with, like they have this clout now that is so much more than just their games that it draws people in, and
But are they becoming so? Like, whenever somebody says they believe their own hubris and stuff like that, I automatically just go back to the South Park episode where they're talking about people who drive Priuses, how they fart and bend down and smell their own fart, and like that's
It was in San Francisco, wasn't it?
I don't know where they placed
in San Francisco.
Was it?
Yeah, it was San Francisco. The one with the tram and the
yes,
they moved there. They moved there because they were like, nobody else in South Park is buying Priuses. We need to be with our own type of people. So they moved to San Francisco. Yeah.
But like that's how it feels. Like it's that mentality, and that's the thing that while I don't necessarily think that it's going to be as bad, I don't feel like this is going to be the home run that even Nintendo might think it is. Or Or Nintendo is playing chess while all of us are over here playing checkers, and they expect it to do middling just enough to kind of bridge the gap between this and their next system that comes out, right? Like, maybe this is just like a quick 2 to 3 year, maybe a 4-year bridge before their next thing. I don't know. That's almost what it feels like. Like they're trying to not, like, I don't know. This is fucked up. It's just weird. This whole thing is weird. Like, you give it with less battery life, you make a new accessory that doesn't fucking work on anything except one type of game, even though all the ones beforehand, once again, shout out to War for this, all the ones beforehand worked just fine. Just fine. Played all the Nintendo games. You could do them all. Anything Nintendo Online, you could use it. And they only work with GameCube games. The new controller only works with GameCube games. Your games are like being dragged through your decisions right now are being dragged through the mud, and it's just weird. It's been a long time since I've seen people actually take shots at Nintendo and like actual fans of Nintendo, and I saw them defend Pokemon Arceus. Like, that game, when it first launched, you could get on the bike in that game, and you would literally start falling through the world, and you didn't stop.
There was a bike in Arceus?
Yeah, like you could like ride your Pokemon, and like one of them, secondhand.
I thought you said bike. Didn't you have bike?
Yeah, because one of them turns into like almost like a dirt bike looking thing. It's this white Pokemon that turns into this like dirt bike looking tricycle thing. It's pretty interesting. I saw my buddy, this is how I know you fall through, because my buddy was playing it, and I looked over and I was like, oh, that's cool. He goes, yeah, man, look at all the stuff you can do. And I was like, I thought that game had a ton of problems. He goes, no, they're not that bad. And then I shit you not, he jumps off of a mountain and then falls through the world. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, Josh says it might be a different game, but that doesn't matter. It's still a Pokemon game, and the point still stands. Yeah. Who's going first?
That's another thing. Pokemon is huge as well. Like, and they have a lot of writing. But you know what? I was saying, the Nintendo is really putting everything, even though they had a lot of multi-platform support. We know that like Cyberpunk on there, and it's just that's nice, but that's not what's gonna sell Switch.
Right.
It's gonna be the Mario Kart 8. It's gonna be Donkey Kong. It's gonna be the next Zelda, the next Mario. Like, those are the games, and they are really just resting on those. So they may front load this thing, but just like the Switch, though, they did kind of fizzle out a lot of their franchise games during the course of the Switch. And they really got to make sure that they really give themselves some sort of a fallout for when they do not have all those big games. Like, once they release all their Marios, their Metroids and stuff. But they're like sitting right now, they got a Metroid, they got a Mario Kart World, and they got a Donkey Kong game. They are, they're front loading this thing. They're loading the hell out of this thing there. And people have been waiting for Metroid Prime forever. And the thing is, too, that's also on the Switch 1. So you don't need a Switch 2 for that one. And they're kind of leaving it as, I think, the way this thing is, and I heard some other people saying this too, it's like how you have the iPhone, Pro edition, and then you have the iPhone. This thing seems more of like a mid-right refresh than a next generation. And I just can't believe, after all those years of the Switch existence, that the Switch 2 really is more of a pro version of the Switch, something we probably should have got earlier. And because that's basically what it is. It just seems that way. Like, it's just a bigger screen. It has the HDR, has some of the features on there, but it's really not a generational leap over the other one of the Switch. And, it really is more of like a pro version. And even with the controllers, like, even look at the gimmicks. I think that mouse thing is going to be dead after the 2 months. They're going to have a couple of mini games in Mario Kart, that stupid game for $10, that tech demo, and that's it. Nobody's going to use the mouse. Like, that is just, it doesn't facilitate any kind of use. Like, if it's a handheld device, why are you ripping off a controller and rubbing it on the ground or rubbing it on a table? Like,
on your
that
pants.
Is not, on your pants, on your leg or something like that. Like,
it works best on the inner thigh.
Yeah, it's really exactly right. You know what works best? Between your ass cheeks. Yep. That's where it goes.
I will equate that
You know?
to the feature on the DualSense where you can blow into the microphone. and
Yeah,
it, like,
nobody's
causes-
been blowing. After Jeff Keighley was blowing on it, nobody wants to blow anymore.
Nobody's done that shit.
Keighley was blowing into the microphone. Nobody did that anymore. Not even, dude. They didn't even put that in the new Astrobot game.
No, which was weird because it was like featured heavily in like one of the main worlds.
It was
in the other
in
one.
Astrobot. Yeah, the fans. You had to blow on the fans.
Yeah.
You had to blow the feather when he's on the feather or the pedals. They didn't even put it in the other game. That was crazy. But yeah.
So
You're
Morgan,
right, the
what do you
blowing.
think? What do you think about the Switch and the Switch 2 and all this bullshit?
Oh man, it's okay. Listen, for me personally, I don't have a Switch 1, right? Never
What a
really
hater.
felt intrigued to get one. There wasn't really much in the way of first party that I really liked. Like I haven't played Nintendo since the Wii. I loved the Wii, like absolutely loved it. Got that launch day. It was like a birthday gift. Loved the hell out of it. Didn't care for the Wii U, obviously. But then the Switch came out, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Cool idea. You know, a screen, a handheld that turns into a console, really cool. But there wasn't really much in the way of IP that I wanted. But I was like, you know what, the Switch. I'm gonna wait for the Switch 2. Okay, because it'll be better.
Mhm.
It'll be stronger. You know, and it'll probably be some IP and stuff that I want to play. So. Show the presentation. I'm like, okay, it's cool. You know, bigger screen, you know, poor battery life, unfortunately. You know, Mario Kart looks cool, you know, Mario World. Fun fact, that was like the first game that I ever played was Mario Kart 64. So I was like, okay, that's it must be a you know, a nice little like you know, pat on me to like go ahead and get it, Morgan. See, it's a full circle moment. I was like, okay, it's a sign. But yeah, the presentation was ended, and then I was like, okay, did I miss something? Like, where's the price? Like that was the first strike. I said, hold up. I had to rewind it because like I was in the Discord with my friends. I was like, did I blink and miss it or something? And they were like, no, they didn't show the price. And I was just like, okay, here we go. Here, Nintendo's about to be on that bullshit. Here we go. And then, you know, it started coming out the tweets. I was looking on Twitter. Everybody was talking about it. Tweets started coming out. They said $450. I said, I mean, that's not too bad. I was thinking it was going to be $400. So $450 isn't terrible. I was like, okay. And then $500 with the bundle with Mario Kart. I was like, oh, okay. That's not crazy. But then the tweets about the game prices started coming. And I said, I had to do like a double take because I was like, yo, April Fool's ended already. Like, I know these people on Twitter are lying right now. Like, there's no way. And then I see Jeff Keighley tweeted, Wario tweeted, you know, everybody, Tom Warren tweeted. I said, oh no, $80? Excuse me?
Let's go.
I was like, and then, you know, then that's when the rumors of the $90 for the physical edition started. I said, oh, Nintendo on one right now. That's crazy. And okay, and then it just started spiraling. And then now we're paying for game chat. Okay, and now, oh, some games aren't going to be on the actual card. Like, I was just like, okay, this is just spiraling out of control for negative news with Nintendo right now. And it just kept going. As far as me, and now, of course, the big one, if you live in the United States, your pre-orders are delayed because of tariffs. And now the console might cost even more than originally stated. So that's fun. So for me, I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'll hold off on the Switch 2. I'm gonna hold off. I might get it later down the date, but for right now, Nintendo has done too much to piss me off right now. But as far as how I see Nintendo and Switch 2 going, as far as like the fans, listen, I know Nintendo is doing some crazy bogus shit right now, but
it don't matter.
They were able to convince fans to you know, invest $70 into cardboard. That's how I knew Nintendo got their fans. Okay, when Labo came out and they were like, buy this cardboard from us because it'll help you play games, and people bought it, I said, oh, Nintendo has these fans by the hook. And so that's how I know this $80
What about
thing,
Wii Fit? Remember Wii Fit?
Wii Fit, all of this stuff, like they like the craziest things that I would have never thought gamers would invest in. Nintendo got their fans to do it. And I was starting to think this is one vast experiment to see how far they could go before people will be like, you know what, Nintendo? No. But I think, you know, people are talking a lot on Twitter, like, you know, even the diehard Nintendo fans, right? They're on there like, oh man, you know, Nintendo's they're they've gone too far. People who have defended Nintendo for a long time, right, are coming out and saying rah rah. But listen, talk is cheap. We're gonna see what happens when those pre-orders go live, because I have a feeling that all the people that are complaining, they're gonna be the first ones in line.
Hell yeah, that's why all those grifters they are.
They are gonna be the first ones. That it's gonna sell out.
And they'll be like, "Oh, it's for my channel. I gotta use it for my channel. I'm a content creator."
Well, why do you have 3? Why did you pre-order 3? Oh well,
yeah, it's for the channel and giveaways. Yeah, give away the channel. Exactly. Dude, I love that when they do 30 videos like this thing shit and sucks, and then they go, "Well, I bought it for the channel. I had to give it to my." Get the hell out of here!
I bought it so you don't have to. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yes. I bought it so you don't have to. Get the fuck out. Bunch of horse shit.
Exactly. Like, I think it's gonna do well. I don't think it's gonna, as far as lifetime sales, I don't think it's going to surpass or get to what Switch 1 did. Switch had like a lot of things going for it. First, it was the first iteration of the Switch when handheld and console gaming came together for the first time, right? It was like that whole gimmick. It's not a gimmick, but you know what I'm saying. That whole
shtick, it was a unique
It
device.
was at the time.
Exactly.
It was a gimmick at the time.
Yeah, it was a thing that just intrigued everybody. They were like, whoa, because Nintendo was the king of handheld gaming, and now they bought the two worlds together, right? Handheld and console. So everybody wanted one, right? And then of course you had on top of that, well, the one of the greatest, sad to say, things that happened to gaming, the pandemic, when games and publishers and sales for everything went up, right? Everybody was trapped at home.
And Animal Crossing came out.
At
Virtual
the perfect
world
time. And it killed. Everybody was at the stores trying to buy a Switch because everybody was stuck home. So everybody bought a Switch. Everybody was playing Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing was your escape.
Exactly.
Yeah. For a lot of people, I know a lot of people
hang out.
Nobody even played that shit before. Same thing with what was it? It was what was the other one? Among Us.
Yes.
People all those games blew up because of the pandemic. Nobody get out.
And Switch got so many sales.
I was playing Jackbox games where people didn't even know what a game was. They're like, just my family were playing Jackbox games, and we were doing all that stuff. It was crazy.
Exactly. And it's like, I think during the pandemic, Switch had the highest sales I think they've ever had was those like couple years. Go ahead.
I went to my cousin's house, and he didn't even have a Switch before, and he had a Switch, and he had a whole aquarium set up with exclusive goddamn like friggin' fish and sharks that he said I spent all week to catch this shark for his Animal Crossing aquarium.
Yo,
he's like, I was fishing every day. All I did was fish. Dude, fish for months. While in pandemic, he had this aquarium. It was insane. He was showing me this thing. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on?
The world is raining down outside, so you just got to focus on the fish.
He fished every day. He fished every day. He's like, I caught this one. This took me 3 weeks to catch. I'm like, holy shit.
It's like I'm trapped inside, but I'm focusing on this fishing right now, and that is what.
Because you can only go to the island once a day.
Yes.
You got to get a boat to the island. You can only go once a day, Jez. You wouldn't
dude. Listen, I had no clue. I told you my Minecraft story on my channel. You heard my Minecraft story.
Mm-hmm.
It's time gated like a free to play game. Yeah,
exactly.
It's good, but
and I just don't see Nintendo or Switch 2 getting that catapult that Switch 1 had. Not to say that the Switch needed it. Like obviously, it was going to sell great anyway. But the pandemic just boosted it to insurmountable numbers, right? So I don't see the Switch 2 getting as high, but I think it's still going to do well, right? I think the 4K thing, the DLSS, I think that's cool. I want to see it in actual practice, though. They used a lot of terms that the terms to the gotcha terms to try to convince you, like, oh man, the same way PlayStation and Xbox
certain games will be in certain
60.
games.
Like, no, it's not going to be 8K, bro. Like, okay,
in certain games.
Exactly, the little asterisks beside it. Well, certain games and in console mode, not in handheld. So I want Digital Foundry to look at the games and see what they actually gonna do and what they're gonna produce. And I'm happy that they finally caught up to the PS4. Congratulations, Nintendo, for catching up to the last generation. We're so proud of you. But like I said, that's enough for Nintendo fans. They don't care. Like we've just been talking about with Pokemon. I mean, listen, them Pokemon graphics, man, they are atrocious. Okay.
Oh, they are rough, man. I don't know why they
Horrible.
went to a city, because the city's like, they should have kept it with the open fields and grass and trees.
Yo, I'm
I
like,
don't know
bro,
why they went to
I
like a
swear,
city.
it's just like they're not even trying. I'm just like, oh my God, they really
the
don't
same
care.
building.
They
Like,
really don't care. And it's not like Pokemon is, stretched for money. It's like there were it was in the news last week that dudes were fighting over Pokemon cards in a Target last week.
yo,
Like,
it's insane.
like it got into a whole brawl over it. So I'm just like, it's not like Pokemon Go blew up. It's Pokemon has the money. So I don't know why when the games come out they look the way they do. Like, and it's not like the Switch one wasn't capable of making some beautiful looking games. I mean, look at Zelda, it looked great. So I don't know why Pokemon insists on looking like that. But again, I don't know what it is with Nintendo. I agree with you guys. I think again they're just sniffing their own farts right now, and they feel like they can do whatever they want. Like $8 games. The excuse that Doug Bowser came out and he said, "Listen, the reason we're doing this is because our games are valuable, and that's simple as that. Like, we see value in our IPs, and so we will charge as we see fit." And it was just like, oh damn. And then he came out with the Don Matrick explanation, like, we understand that some people won't be able to afford the Switch 2, so we have a console for you. It's called the Switch 1.
Man.
I said, oh, are we doing that again? Damn, we're going back to that.
You don't care.
Okay.
They must say that at EA when they work there. It's like, just talk about the previous console.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
I want to sort of separate those two a little bit. Like, I'm not saying no one's allowed to like make that connection. And I agree that is annoying that they would say that. But I want to try and point out how much worse Don's was, and that was because the comment, they're both bad, but I just want to point out how much worse the Xbox One was, in my opinion. It's because the comment was from a sailor in the Navy who is on a submarine, active duty in a fucking submarine, sniffing everyone else's on the submarine's farts. They said, well, we don't have an active internet connection there. What do we do with our Xbox One? And then Dom's like, well, here's something for you. Get our old one. So it was like, it was disrespecting his own country's fucking active military personnel, and that's what even I'm not American, but like that triggered me as an Australian, because America are the ones that defend
and that
us.
is why he was out within 2 months. Immediately.
But obviously,
but also, it had to do with not even just the power of the system. It had to do with the constant online connection, and he was sort of like, instead of, because that was the problem, because he was definitely talking about a nuclear sub. He's like, I don't even know what that is. So like, he definitely dismissed that person's concern and being in the military. But the thing is, though, is that the question was that you are making now an always online machine. Yeah. What about people that don't have access? And he's like, well, just stay with the old one then.
We got a console that has access for you. It's called the
old one. And that was the crazy part, because people didn't want always online.
Exactly, especially at that
time.
Now
we're on it.
Not everybody had
at that time. Now
we're
on.
Yeah. And then it's like he said, you couldn't trade in your games. You can't let your friends borrow your games because the code is fixed onto your Xbox. So you couldn't let another person borrow it. Go ahead.
Yeah, people try to revisionist history that information as well and say, no, everyone misunderstood. It's like, no. Xbox came in with damage control and said, oh, no, you misunderstood our perfectly clear information.
No, they weren't clear. And the thing was that the thing that the Switch is doing now with like friend lending, like lending in your family and stuff like that, Microsoft was doing that. That was the plan with the Xbox One, was like, you'll have a way to lend out your DRM game to your friends, and then if you traded in, GameStop would have some sort of like partners. They would see they talked ahead of the game. They didn't have all the shit sorted out. They just dropped all the stuff. But like, they were gonna have
Microsoft's problem.
It's always their problem. The messaging was a mess. And like, they were gonna have like retailers to take trades in, but they'll have some sort of like server machine that would take back the DRM and put it back on the disc to resell it. And basically, you're just handing off this digital code, similar to like what we were saying about the games that are not on the Switch cartridge. That basically all you're doing is just handing out the licenses, and it's still tied to you. And that's basically what the lending is. The problem is that it's with your family, that has to be on your friends list. It has to be in your household, like your family members. It can't be people that probably share your credit card payments and things like that. Like you can't lend to friends. You can only, unless you want your friends in your family account. Like that's where I think it definitely sucks, because if I have a game I want to lend to my son, he has 14 days to play it, and then it just comes right back to me. I guess, do I lend it out again? Is there a cooldown? I don't even know. But it's definitely the shit that Microsoft was trying to push back then and got destroyed for.
And then Shu came and old boy came in that commercial. This is how you share your games.
And that's right. There you go.
Killed them immediately.
Because
I was like,
it was
that was
so
the greatest ad ever.
Yep, it was so convoluted because they didn't have the partners.
In 30 seconds.
They didn't really set it out.
Him.
Yep, because they didn't have the plans. They just were talking from the hip. And, Nintendo had little graphics and stuff like that, so they kind of showed it. And also, too, it's the right time now. But Microsoft was proposing this back then, and they were just shooting from the hip. Executives that were just talking about it. And it's like, oh, we'll figure it out. Typical Microsoft shit. Like, these great ideas. And they just... And the timing was just off. Like, the whole thing with the camera spying on you, and now Nintendo's doing that camera. You know what I mean? And an accessory and and it's just crazy. Like I went on a whole tirade on my show.
I'll be honest, that one was funny when folks were like, people gripe so much about the Kinect and they're not mad about the camera for the Switch. Like, dumbass, you can unplug that bitch. I couldn't.
It's not in the box.
It's not required. Exactly.
I couldn't.
Forced upon you. They were adding $100 to that Xbox One price.
You needed
Kinect.
The Kinect needed to be connected. Like it would say, "Where's your Kinect?" Like when you first boot up that Xbox One, that Kinect needed to be plugged in. It was part of it.
Oh crud! I missed this.
It's not possible to make it run without it. It's like your Microsoft.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I missed it. DJ H32X. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you for subscribing. Just noticed that. My bad.
Hello.
They did a lot of shit, man. It was wild. And also too, like the original Xbox controller had an infrared light in it, and the Kinect would see that and scan your face and log you in on the control that's in your hand.
That part was what was creepy to me, because what else are you watching? What else are you recording?
Yo, it was on you all the time.
Like, hell to the no.
I remember complaining because it would automatically turn on when they walked in the room. They were like, bro, I didn't want it to come on. Why is it coming on?
Listen, there's a reason I have a problem with AI in general, and it's that.
You had to yell at it. Like the problem was too, is the microphone was in the Kinect. And this is the same thing that's the problem with the Switch. It's like the microphone is not in the controller.
Thank you.
It's on the console that's plugged into your TV.
How are you going to use it if you're using it in console mode and you got the you got the camera and you're talking?
You got to yell at it.
Chat? Like, how the hell is that thing going to pick your voice up? It can barely pick your freaking face up. It's coming out in 14.
Or by the Pro Controller.
40p. Exactly.
So overall, what do y'all think? Because we're gonna put a pin in this now. What do y'all think? Like, final take on this, or for the show rather, on the Nintendo Switch 2. What do y'all think? Do y'all think all this uncertainty is going to, like, all news is good news? Everybody's talking about it, even channels that don't normally. Like, so it's all good, no problem. Or do y'all think that this pushback is going to lead to Nintendo making some different, like, decisions?
I don't think Nintendo changes course
at all.
Yeah,
at all.
I think they stick to the road. Yeah,
they're not changing course.
All right.
No.
Yeah, and for that's right. Yeah, go.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm not speaking on either side of the fence here. Just thought provoking. It's like, while I don't like the precedents being set that someone's charging $80 for any game, no matter who it was. At the same time, $80 for a game like Mario Kart World, at least that game is likely going to be played for years on end, as opposed to a game that comes out every year, like some sort of sports game like Madden or something like that, where it's like $70 every year, when really it could just be an update. But at the same time, not defending, but also, what was the other thing? The price of everything, for me, you're never going to be able to convince everyone that the price was okay, or convince everyone the price is not okay, because every consumer has their own set of circumstances. So it really is, no one, in my opinion, should be able to tell everyone else that the price is okay or not, like, completely because of the fact that everyone's at their own on their own journey, and has different amount of money and stuff moving forward. So
and a lot of people
but obviously
don't,
you can comment on the market and stuff like that, and I think that the price won't change and that it'll sell fine. Not as much as I don't expect it to sell as much as the predicted 20 million in a year. I think it'll be less. And then the one more thing I was going to say, which is a bit of a hot spicy take, and that's that the Switch one technically didn't sell as well as everyone says it did because of the fact that if you factor in that they weren't selling the 3DS anymore, they're only selling one hardware, not two. Technically, it's not really that big of a jump, but it made it so that their development teams didn't have to make two different games, and that's why their cadence was so good. Because instead of making for two different systems, a 3DS and a Wii or a Wii U, they were making it just for the Switch. So they streamlined it. The game development.
They merged them all,
Yeah, I mean we've seen that bottleneck issue with the Xbox Series X and S. It was something that was brought up as a concern for the PS5 Pro and the PS5. Like, are they going to have to make two completely separate games? And like, that was a question. That was actually something that Mark Cerny himself had to answer. Like, he was like, no, it's just one is going to be able to utilize it better or whatnot. They're not going to, it's actually going to streamline it, make it faster, which is really cool. But like, that's definitely, Josh in the chat pointed out that COVID really gave it that second lease on life because every single person wanted a Switch. Every single person wanted to have something to disconnect themselves from the miserable existence that we were all living in during that time. It was awful. Like even things like D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons, like spiked. There were YouTube channels about it, Let's Plays, there were podcasts all over the place. Anything that you could do with a group of people that could be achieved virtually, like, soared through the roof. And now we're in that correction of that, but like, I have to think that companies and businesses, which I know I'm probably giving them too much credit, but I have to think that they look at this and go, you know what, we can't ride this success forever. We know this is going to happen, and then they set their expectations accordingly. They don't pull a Square Enix and they say, well, it didn't perform right because it didn't sell 20 million like our last one or 15 million like our last one. Like, hopefully they are accounting for that. But let's get into the next topic of the night, and that is going to be the BAFTAs.
Oh,
Lord
God.
help. So at first, I'm like, oh, cool, Astrobot had another good showing. That's awesome. And then I start reading a little bit, and Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 led the pack with 11 nominations, while Astrobot and the indie thriller Still Wakes the Deep tied for second with 8 nominations apiece. Other games with multiple nominations include Thank Goodness You're Here, I've never heard of that game, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Animal Well, Balatro, and more. All of the winners are listed below. Okay, so I was like, all right, cool, this is great. This is awesome. Okay, best game, Astrobot. Cool. Not a secret. It won Game of the Year at Jeff Keighley's show. Makes sense. Got it. Okay, awesome. Animation, Astrobot. Makes sense. If it's the best game of the year, it's going to win best animation. I also expect it to win best family game. Artistic achievement, yep, Neva. Got it. Great. Audio achievement. Okay, Astrobot. But it... Okay, the only thing that Hellblade 2 had going for it was audio. Okay, cool. Interesting. Best British game? Thank Goodness You're Here. Once again, never heard of it. Beat out Senua's Saga.
It's an amazing indie game, by the way.
Is it really? Is it PC only?
Yes. No, it's on PlayStation. That's
is it really? Okay.
It's on PS5. Yeah.
So, like, debut game, keep going, and I keep going. Evolving game, okay, cool, no big deal. Still nothing. Family game, there's the Astrobot victory. Now, here's where it starts to get a little different, and here's where my eyebrows start to raise. Game design, Astrobot, okay. Maybe it beats out Balatro, which won Best Indie, which literally, like...
Thrifty's becoming self-aware. He's figuring it out.
Listen, I'm telling you. Listen. As we go down, multiplayer...
Maybe Warrior's not crazy.
Hell, you're still crazy. Okay, so here it is. Right here. This one, right here. This one. Holy crap. Music. Okay? Music. They gave it to Helldivers 2. Narrative, metaphor refantasio, intellectual property still wakes the deep. So this one right here, they couldn't give it to Astrobot. They gave it to Helldivers 2 for music. This is how I know. Because you had this game on the list in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor didn't even get there. That's how I know. That's how I know PlayStation purchased one, if not all, of these game awards. This right here.
Oh man.
There's no fucking way in the world
shit.
that Helldivers 2 has better music than Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Metaphor Refantasio or, like Morgan and I were talking way beforehand, Stellar Blade.
Unless they're just counting the best song from each of them, and every time you're diving in Helldivers, the noise, okay, I can get that. But in reality, overall, there's no way that music is.
There's no way. And I'll be dead honest with you. There is no way in the actual world that audio achievement goes to Astrobot. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that goes to Astrobot.
No, audio makes sense.
What? Audio and Astrobot is good.
It goes through the controller and stuff like that. I'll pay that. And then the ding 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 ding.
All the music was so unique.
Like, I'll defend it for that. I'll defend it for audio achievement.
Here we go. The only thing that I can say, the reason why I don't think it should have gone there, was because the only fucking reason why Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 got any kind of good ratings was because the immersion of the audio and the immersion that the audio quality gave the player, especially wearing 3D headphones. Like,
yeah, the audio was really good.
That's not from me. That's from every single reviewer.
I'm starting to think I was hearing voices.
Game Pass.
Phil Spencer's.
Subscribe to Game Pass.
But
there's no Fanfest this year.
There's no
Subscribe to Ultimate.
The audio at Fanfest is going to be amazing this year.
It's like just 3 months.
I got nothing.
That was all the whispers I heard. It was all subliminal messaging.
So on to the next topic.
I hate y'all, man. I hate y'all.
Oh shit. So, Warwana, you've been on this. You've been on this since the Game Awards, even before that. So, what do you think? Do you think that Sony might have lined the wallets of people here? What you got?
So I think it's more along the lines of curated reviews for previews of games. The previews are always really good, and they don't want to give negative commentary on any game. This isn't specifically talking about any game, nothing like that. It's not about Sony at the moment with this point. But my point is, go down and look at who the partners for this show is, the BAFTAs, and you'll see that PlayStation is a partner. But also go through all the list and tell me how many times Lego Horizons was voted on as one of them. And it's just like, come on, this is cringe. Lego Horizons, the game that no one fucking played and gave a shit about. Oh, it's probably on their official website.
It got voted in by Herman.
I think it got like
Herman Holtz voted that one in.
One.
Aloy's girlfriend.
It looks like it only had. Well, there's 2. Okay, yeah, 2 is fine. Okay, 3. But that's like the best British game. Come on,
4.
man. Like
I swear I counted like 4 of them.
3. Oh yeah, 4 because it got animation.
Are you telling me that Janky Jones wasn't nominated?
Janky Jones was not nominated.
Exactly,
even
what
once.
about Janky Jones?
Janky Jones, man.
Something, surely.
The Janky Award.
Voted. But yeah, I just it's just always a coincidence, right? And then best games. Okay, so best game: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong. Mm-hmm. How many other things was Black Myth Wukong actually voted for? They put it up there so they didn't get backlash. It's just a coincidence, right? So people voting thought Black Myth Wukong was one of the best games, but then it's not in anything else, or maybe it is. I don't know, but I'm not saying there's I'm not saying there's some massive conspiracy, but it's just like, let's look at this and sort of look at what's happening here.
I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm saying it's blatantly obvious. What did you?
Yeah.
I think they should have an award that says game that needs a sequel.
Hellblade 2.
The game should get should get a sequel. They'll put the pressure on the devs to get a sequel. Yeah, I love it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Except
like,
the awards, like, I guess we got to make a sequel now.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then there was that other list we saw the other day where it was like the top 21 most influential games of all time. And you guys know I love Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I finished it.
Oh
like,
yeah,
really
I love that game.
God, I love that game
to
so
death.
much.
And for me, it's a masterpiece in what it's doing. I'm not giving it a score. That's not about being the best of the game of the year. I'm simply saying it's a masterpiece at what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
And yet, it was on the list of the top 20 most influential games
Yeah,
of
I
all
saw
time.
that.
And I got triggered. I'm like, no, 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 no. It should not be on here because we don't know the long-term influence of that game. Yes, it could be heaps good, but it's like saying Usain Bolt. Oh, that's probably a bad example, but like, we don't know the long-term influence it will have, even if it is as obvious as we can say it is. The list didn't have Fortnite on it at all, and that triggered the shit out of me. And I'm not a big Fortnite fan, but as for influence on pop culture, no one can deny how much of a behemoth it is. So, like, the funniest part about this one, though, is it was actually meant to have been voted on by people, gamers. So it's just a really weird list. It's got 2 GTA games, the first one and the third one, and it's got Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. So that skews it for older people. So I guess if older people took the quiz, and like Doom 1's on there, Super Mario Brothers, and Ocarina of Time, obviously, but then Minecraft's on there. But I guess older people play that as well. Yeah, good. So it seems like it was a lot of older people who got done. But like, I don't know. It just really frustrated me.
Weird ass list.
And I know that's going off your topic about the thing being bought, but I'm not denying. I never ever once denied Astro Bot its quality. I want to clarify, guys. I've been shitting on Astro Bot winning Game of the Year since it happened, and I even said beforehand no fucking way does that game win Game of the Year. And I platinumed it. I got it at launch. I platinumed it. My kids love it. I love that game. But as for Game of the Year, I said Cap. No, I don't agree.
What do you think should have won?
Oh man.
What do you think should have won? Oh shit! It's Velvet Mountain. What do you think should have won?
I think it's one of those games like God of War Ragnarok where it wins lots of individual things, but as for pushing the the industry forward, I don't think it really did that. If anything, Black Myth could go forward because of if you're factoring in how much it's a new studio and stuff like that, sort of like how Liza P blew everyone away in the sense that it's like their first game and how much of an impact it had, or something like how earlier Morgan said that Hogwarts Legacy should have won Game of the year it came out. And it's more about, I don't see Astrobot as something that wins Game of the Year. Just like a lot of people were saying that they don't think It Takes Two should win Game of the Year. And I said, look, I can see how it did win, even though it's not a massive title. It had that massive, like, I can't remember the word right now about, like, everyone was talking about it. Sort of like how everyone talked about Helldivers 2. But again, I don't think Helldivers 2 should have won. But it's this year,
that's speaking against democracy, sir. You know,
you
kill for that.
Yeah, exactly. So if everyone and like I would have been more mad if Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree won. Just to clarify, I would have been more mad. That there was a stunt to get everyone talking about it, and it worked. And it worked. Yeah,
Bale Dante actually has something that might be able to help answer this a little bit. Bale Dante with the $20. He said Astrobot's critical acclaim could be explained due to being able to cross the generational age gap. I do not recall any other game that had pulled in the last 5 years. But that's I do need to finish. So basically, he's saying that everybody
gamers of all ages,
everybody, and that's so true. Like my 5-year-old, my 11-year-old, myself, my wife, all of us loved that dang game. Obviously, my wife watching it, but like,
so 1.5 million people enjoyed Astrobot when it won Game of the Year.
Hey, yo,
so that's my thing. Like, it's pulled everyone in. That's good. 1.5 million people.
You gonna make that little adorable bot cry, sir?
I know. Well, technically, because it's a family game, technically it would be at least 3 million, right? Because anyone who bought it probably. Because 4 people in my house played it.
Well, so shoot, if we want to go that route, we can look up the average size of an American family. It's like 3.7. And so, like, then you take the 1 million, 1.5 million, you can do 3.7, multiply that. So now you have 4 million people actually played the game. Now we can actually put on there that over 4 million people have played the game now. And, like, guys, we can keep doing this to make it sound. Astrobot is one of my favorite freaking games from last year.
JC 2013 said, dude, you're just a Final Fantasy VII fanboy. That's why you can't accept it. Sorry for stating the fact. Dude, I don't think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth should win at all. That game was
amazing. Really. That game was great. That game was fantastic.
Like I don't know. Did someone else say it? Was he implying me? Like,
No, he's talking about me.
I'm not saying
He's
Astro
talking about
shouldn't
me.
win. I'm saying it's a game that I wouldn't put as a Game of the Year winner. And I will be just as mad if Split Fiction wins Game of the Year this year, because I don't feel... No. Like, I love the game, but I don't feel like it pushed forward in any way exceptionally than It Takes Two has done in 2021. If you sort of get my
Yeah.
and I get it. Like, this is just my thoughts. This is just my thoughts. I'm not... obviously, it's voted on by everyone, and if it wins, it wins. I'm just saying, like, I didn't see it as Game of the Year. I loved the game. I platinumed Astrobot. I loved it, but I didn't see it as something that should win Game of the Year. If Balatro won, like, from what people are saying about it, I haven't played Balatro myself.
Balatro's good.
Balatro's good.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's just amazing. It's not like anything else. You know, basically it's poker with all these other things. I get in roguelike elements. So that there's pushing the industry forward to being innovative and doing something amazing and different. That is something I see as the Game of the Year winner. And that's why when Elden Ring won, it sort of that made sense. But at the same time, I said this morning in Discord about how just go look at all the all the award nominations for TGA, the Game Awards, and see that all of Jeff Keighley's friends and stuff always get heaps of nominations, and that includes From Software. So don't think that I'm being biased against From Software. They get more awards as well. So anyway, it's just me going nuclear on the fact that Astrobot won, and I haven't gotten over it since.
Do you have a game that's in the lead for you for Game of the Year right now, Laura?
Game of the Year for the best this year.
Yeah, I know.
I think Death Stranding. I think Death Stranding 2, from what they've shown in that video, I feel like that could get it. I haven't seen enough of Yotei.
It is gonna get it because Jeff Keighley's doing it.
Well, yeah, that's
definitely gonna put his.
But genuinely, I feel like the first, because what's his name? Kojima called it the first Strand-like game. So I feel like that was his what's the word? Tutorial. That was the tutorial. The first game was the tutorial for what you're about to get in the next one. Maybe I'm overhyping it. No, you're not. But yeah, I feel like there's going to be so much more going on in this next one that we're not even ready. That's just me. That's how I feel. I feel like that's going to win. Or like if you're going off of what I've played so far, I just feel like I'm going to say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 simply because I haven't played the first one, and I'm going to assume it's a big leap from the first one. It is a big leap from the first one. Okay. So then, because I'm going to say maybe...
I think Kingdom Come will definitely be in the conversation.
Yeah. But when I say masterpiece about it, I'm talking about, it made me feel like, okay, this is how it would have been back then, and like the different things. Like you can't just go in and
the AI
my boy Henry, man.
Yeah, exactly. So good.
Yeah, I think
but
definitely.
So JC actually said, he goes, the things that you're suggesting, Thrifty, are illegal. Yes, I understand that. That's why there's a question mark, so I can't be sued. That's why I was saying it all in jest with laughter behind it. But listen, I'll even give it Game of the Year because the game did bridge the age gap. It's being voted on by developers. Every single person who played it loved it. Like, they loved the little guy on there. Astrobot's really cute. I love that freaking mascot. My kids love it. My whole house loves it. Like, we're in it to win it, okay? Like, I'm not going to sit and cap like I don't have every single level of Astrobot beaten, and whenever they release a new one, I'm in it the day or week that it releases so I can play it and beat it. And then my 5-year-old or 6-year-old now sees it and is like, Dad, I want to play that. Absolutely, kiddo, come here. And then I get to watch him play it.
Like, I can see it winning, yeah.
But like, it's just it was weird. And when I saw Lego Horizon in there, that was the other thing that did it for me. I was like, why?
Wait,
why?
Lego Horizon was in there?
Yes, it didn't win. But yes, it was freaking nominated.
4 or 5 times, maybe just 4.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Listen.
Yeah.
I played Lego. I couldn't even finish it. Like. Yeah, I love Gorilla. I love Horizon, but that game wasn't it. I'm sorry.
That's what I was saying. Like,
why it's in that it's nominated multiple times. That's insane.
Well, this is the weird part.
It's so that Chad again asked what my Game of the Year was, and what I'm saying is I'm not saying this shouldn't have won, something else should have won. I'm saying leave it up to voting. But what I'm saying is a game like Astrobot that it's doing the same as what it did in its free tech demo, just more, wasn't really something that I see as what Game of the Year should be, in that it hasn't pushed the industry forward. It hasn't been as innovative as other things. And that's why I said I'm not saying I'm the leading authority on what is game of the year. I'm simply saying I didn't expect it to win at all, and it only sold 1.5 million copies. So yeah.
Dang.
Obviously, it's sold, like, let's
Disrespect.
be real. It's sold a lot more since now. Now it's probably sold 3-4 million. I just say that because it is disappointing that the game that won Game of the Year sold $1.5 million copies. And I'm not talking about whether it made a profit or not, or whether it was successful or not. I'm simply saying I would have expected it to have sold more than 1.5 million for a Sony first party IP, especially at $60, not $70. I'm disappointed in Ponies for not buying it
Oh man,
at that time.
ponies didn't show up. Shameful. Shameful.
So
They're too busy wanting to.
They had to
Sorry,
bundle
sorry.
it.
they had to bundle it.
man.
They had to bundle it to make it
Bundle.
happen,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly, Chad. No, I am restating again and again that this is just my opinion. This is all just my opinion.
That was probably just a placeholder.
I'm not saying I'm the leading
Well, I
authority and
understand
decider
that,
of
dude,
Premier.
but your personal opinion. That's all. The Mr. Grimm says games are not awarded for sheer sales numbers, and that's true.
I know, and earlier in the chat, you probably weren't here. Earlier, that Morgan had mentioned that Hogwarts Legacy should have won Game of the Year, and I simply said it did something better than win Game of the Year. It sold 30 million copies. Like it beat
Dude.
Call of Duty for the
Call
first
of
time in
Duty.
what 8 to 10 years in
What a-
sales.
what
And
a-
I was
what
like,
a-
selling.
whatever. I didn't care that
And
it
Yeah.
didn't
it's
win.
going on the Switch
It's like,
too.
Dude,
Hell
that's
It's
the
on the
other
Switch,
thing.
yeah.
Hogwarts
Yeah,
Legacy
exactly.
is
Love
still
that game.
selling. Like it's crazy how this game keeps moving. Hogwarts Legacy, let's see, lifetime sales. Any guesses? Any guesses on how much this game has sold so far?
35 million Hogwarts Legacy.
35 million
40.
Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. All right, Jez, you got anything?
I would say 50.
It's 50. Okay. So
They're gonna buy Xbox.
this is as of March 28th of 2025. Hogwarts Legacy has sold 34 million units lifetime.
Oh man.
Retail
Wow.
sales gross of $1 billion US. The fact
Only
that
thing
we
WB
don't have a
did right.
DLC or a sequel to this is absolute mismanagement of your company. Like
Yeah, well, that's WB.
this shit should have had a sequel.
They should change their names to WTF.
Sir,
To WB.
they were too busy focusing on the banger known as Suicide Squad, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, listen,
Yeah.
you better be careful.
Mortal
You'll get
Kombat.
Josh Ayers all riled up. He loved that game. He said it was great.
Oh god.
He said it was awesome. He loved that shit. He beat it. I think he platinumed it actually. Like he's
Oh man.
yeah.
That's dedication. Okay.
Listen.
Yo,
It's a
I had
lot.
that shit downloaded. I didn't even touch it.
And-
I was debating whether to add to my library in PlayStation Plus.
This is what's really
I might have
impressive.
skipped it.
They didn't.
Crackdown
Definitely
4.
not for everyone. It's like every game. It's not for everyone.
Yo, when they were shooting the purple balls on the tank, I'm like, get the hell out of here. I'm not playing this shit. Why the tank got balls on it?
Why does the tank have balls on it? And why are they purple? Why is everything
Yeah,
purple?
I don't know. The
Yeah.
helicopter got purple balls on it. I'm like, yo, this is Crackdown 4.
I actually played the beta.
Chad wants to
and
know.
Same.
Chat wants to know.
Oh, sorry. Chad wants to know what my game of the year. So I'm just trying to figure out what I would call my game of the year last year, like what I played and.
So yeah, everybody
yeah, go,
knows
go,
mine. Last year for me, everybody knows mine. It was Final Fantasy, Metaphor, and literally in that order. Like it was Final Fantasy, then Metaphor, and if you asked me tomorrow, it'll be Metaphor, then Final Fantasy. I couldn't pick between the two. There's actually shows that were like 2 weeks apart that I literally said Final Fantasy, and then the next show I said Metaphor. So like it's literally between those two. I can't pick. That's why they never asked my opinion. But
This year's gonna be crazy. This year is
This year's gonna be
a
fucking
It's gonna be
nuts.
so worse.
this because
Oh damn! I think my game of the year, Chad, would probably either be. I'd have to think about it for longer because it's been a while since I played any of these. Space Marine 2, maybe.
That
for
was
my
good. I
personal
really
one. I'm not
like
saying it
Space
should
Marine
win,
2.
but like my best game of the year, or and then a close second with like the Plucky Squire, like talking again around how I determined the game of the year.
Interesting.
'Cause that
Okay.
game, if you've played the Plucky Squire, how amazing it is that you go into the book, get out, and it's just the way it's designed. It's a puzzle game, and then also Animal Well, because again, Animal Well, the engine for the game was made by one developer. He did all the audio, he did everything as one developer, and that's another puzzle game. But I don't expect those two small indies to have won. So probably Space Marine 2, just because how amazing it was. As my personal game of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this year there's a lot of shit. Like you mentioned, Death Stranding 2. And actually, we're not going to cover the last two topics. I'll probably do a video on the PlayStation Portal remote system because that's going to be really cool. And then the big thing about Titanfall 3 was that somebody came out and said, "Hey, this studio is working on it." Jeff Grubb came out and said,
Gaming's
"No, they're
Mankind."
not."
Yep, Gaming's Mankind.
And so we don't really fucking know. Who cares? It'll be here if it comes here. But this is a much better
they'll announce
conversation.
it officially if it's real. If
Right.
it's not, then what? Who cares?
And the better conversation is with games like Ghost of Yotai that are supposed to be coming this year, Intergalactic, which might be coming this year.
What? No,
Death
that's
Strand-
like 2026, isn't it?
Is that 2027, 29, 30?
No, didn't they announce it for 2026?
I thought
They didn't give a date.
Oh, they didn't
give a date or a year or.
I didn't think
year.
they did.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Because I heard that it was delayed. I heard that it wasn't.
No,
coming
that
in
was a
2026.
rumor that somebody was very, very unable to substantiate. Like,
That's
that
so
was-
weird that they make an article. It's not coming in 2026. Oh, they said it was coming in 2026. No, I'm saying it's not. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I fucking hate this industry, guys. I fucking hate it. I cannot stand it. Like the people. No, I love gaming. I just hate every Jeff Grubb of the world, fucking all these different fucking insiders. They really trigger me worse than the game.
Well, and that's what it was. So, I mean, that's the whole thing. If we get one, awesome. All it boils down to is what we know from both sources. You can take both of them together and say, hey, this company is working on a game that has mechs in it. Cool. If it's not Titanfall 3 and they're using a game with mechs in it, I gotta look at you and ask why you're an idiot. Like, all you have to do is put Titanfall name on it, give us mechs that we can shoot with, that can talk to us, and make us feel shit that we haven't felt in a long time while gaming. Make us care about a fucking robot.
Speaking of idiots, Thrifty, did you say you went and saw the Minecraft movie?
Oh, man.
Oh,
yes!
I saw it too.
Okay.
Was it good?
Oh, damn, everybody's seen it. Okay.
Oh my god.
My kids.
I haven't seen it, Morgan. Don't worry.
So
Me
the
neither.
It's not.
first-
Listen, it was not bad, but
Yes.
it was not bad. It
was not bad.
Okay.
And watching every single freaking Minecraft nerd in the theater from
Yes.
ages 3
Clapping.
all the way up to
It was
50.
an experience.
It was
It was
wild.
a Marvel
and
Endgame
a
situation.
follow-up.
Yo, it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Like that was the thing. Like,
But it was
I think
okay.
This is
Like,
a social.
I enjoyed
it wasn't
when
horrible.
they were in the when they were like in the overworld, or I think that's what it's called. When they were actually in Minecraft, it was really pretty good. But the problem is one, Jason Momoa's character was absolutely horrid, and I understand the whole point
Yeah, I
of the movie
didn't
was
like
for him
him
to be
in
over
it.
the top. But my kids didn't even laugh at his stuff. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't.
he was not good. The kid who plays the main character, I can't even think of the character's name.
Jack Black made the whole movie.
Jack Black made the movie, but
You didn't even need the other people.
no, but
Okay.
it was really nice to see them. So the kid in that movie is my son. Like, no lie.
Your son's in the movie.
No, but like,
Oh, shit.
that like the way that kid acts in the movie is the way my son, my oldest, is the way his brain works. Like, super
Okay.
creative, very not understood by friends and peers and teachers.
Yeah,
Like,
that was the message in the movie. Yeah.
He's very much
Steve
that
was like
kid.
that too. Like Jack Black's
Yes.
character was like that. That's why he wanted to stay there.
And like watching
It was a good
and
message, too,
seeing
yeah.
everybody who
Yeah.
was in the theater and the way a lot of them looked and the way a lot of them like carried themselves, like it was not. My wife had made this statement at one point. She goes, "We are surrounded by nerds," and I was like, "Yes." And you realize
That's
that
what
our oldest is one
I
of
felt
those,
like I was at a
right?
gaming convention.
Like, yes,
yeah.
folks were coming
I
in
felt like I
dressed
was at
as like
PAX.
fucking
You forgot how
wardens
hard
and
it came out.
stuff. It was crazy. Folks were literally dressed, and when they did like the bucket drop and the ducky plucky thingamajiggy, and they did something else, like
Man, the lava chicken. Everybody's singing
the
that. My
lava
son's still
chicken,
singing that
folks
song.
were like, "It's a lava chicken," and like the whole theater. We went at 10:45 in the freaking morning on a Saturday, and it was packed. Every
Yeah.
single
Wow.
It was
seat
like a
full.
concert, like, and then that now they're going crazy now with that chicken jockey thing that they have, and now
Yeah,
parents
chicken
have
jockey,
to go
that's it.
now because people like going crazy for that part. It makes no sense, but it turned into a meme, and now
Yes.
people are just going out, like they're like putting people on shoulders, they're throwing popcorn, they're making a disaster now. They're turning it into craziness now.
Because we can't have nice things.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
that's why it broke the record for the highest grossing gaming movie or something.
Dude.
Yeah, everybody's like, let's make money. Yeah, it's crazy, and yeah, and I didn't even know half the stuff. My son was telling me, is like everything in that show, everything Jack Black says is like a meme, where he throws
Yep.
the water puddle down when he says, well, 'cause that's mine, and then craft, and like everything is a meme. And they were clapping, people were saying the lines before they did it. It was like you're watching a movie. Like it came out 10 years ago, and everybody remembers the famous lines and stuff. It was pretty wild.
Like when you
So
go
I
to
don't
the
know if
movies,
it's-
watch the Twilight Saga again.
Yeah, right. I don't even
everyone
know
knows
if
the
it's
word.
something
I mean,
that.
that, not me. I wouldn't do that, but
What's good about it though is that I think it's good for theaters as well.
Yeah.
Because that social watching on the big screen is something that you're not going to really get from this movie. Like I don't think anybody's going to like watch it on a Saturday night. Like, hey, let's watch this movie when it comes out on at home. But it's a social event now, and it's getting people in the theaters, which is
Right,
good.
it's
And there's
definitely
tons of
a
friggin'
theater
movies
movie.
coming out, man.
It is
Yeah.
definitely a theater movie if I've ever seen one. Like,
okay.
and
Okay.
that's honestly the way Top Gun Maverick was. Like
Yeah.
that movie.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yo,
I own
Yeah.
that
I
movie.
saw that when I had
Theater.
on Paramount
Clapping,
Plus.
crying.
Yep.
Wish I saw that in the movie theater. That
So,
was a good ass movie.
I went to the
Yeah.
movie theater to watch it. I
Yeah.
bought the damn thing day one digital, and then I also bought it day one physical. I love
Damn, 3
that
ain't so
damn
thrifty
movie.
anymore.
But the problem happened where I put it in, and I
Thrifty
got a
movies.
I got a sound system and all this other stuff. So I put it in,
Splurge
and I'm
movies,
like, oh,
okay.
this is gonna be great. This is gonna be fantastic, and it
Mhm.
just didn't hit the same as
Yeah.
in the theater. And so like, there are definitely certain, and this is funny enough. Minecraft is the first movie
Oh.
that I have gone to watch in the theater since Top Gun Maverick, because I
Well,
just
you
don't watch
remember
movies.
Tom Cruise was making a big point, especially in Mission Impossible, that he wanted people back in the theaters. Like
Yep.
that was when he was doing Mission
Yeah,
Impossible.
yeah.
It's like
It
this is a
worked.
theater movie, and the new Mission Impossible looks crazy too. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of crazy movies coming out, man, that I'm gonna want to watch in the theater. So I'm glad it's coming back because don't you remember everybody was trying to say like, oh, nobody's going to the theater, everything's digital.
Superhero.
Home day
How to
one.
Train Your Dragon
Remember?
looks
and they're like,
so
oh, the
good.
movie industry's following Xbox. Yeah, my ass
Yeah,
is following
yeah.
Xbox.
So like, you have How to Train
People
Your
got money.
Dragon.
They'll spend the
Xbox is
money.
not even
It's a
following
really good
Xbox
movie.
anymore. They're like putting their games on PlayStation.
Yeah,
Like, who
But
thought
anyway,
of this idea?
the important follow-up to the Minecraft question was: have you guys tried the new Nether sauce from McDonald's?
No,
It's
I don't
Minecraft.
eat McDonald's.
What, the meals? Yeah, I had to go get those on the way over to the movie theater.
Oh damn!
Oh,
my
yeah.
son got the
Kids are
hamburger.
Like you
Spicy
have
sauce.
to get into theme, Dad. Okay. We need
Oh,
some
yeah.
Minecraft burgers.
I had to get he got because it came with a code, so you could put it in the thing. But yeah, and my son's not really hardcore into Minecraft, but it's just
No.
like it's one of his tiers of like he has Rocket League, Fortnite, Minecraft. Then he plays like Spider-Man, and he beat that like 4 times. So like he just bounces. But like his friends play Minecraft, and he wanted to get the skins because it's what it's all about now. That's the new the sneakers. Everybody got you got that skin. Yeah.
So like,
Now you just-
Josh Ayers just pointed out. So the previews before the movie started were actually really good. Like,
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch looks like Disney
There was a
finally
lot of
got
good
their
movies.
head out of
Lilo
their
and
ass
Stitch looks so good.
and is
It looks
going
good.
to make a good movie. I'm proud
My daughter
of
wants
them.
to see that, so I'm going for that one.
How to Train Your Dragon. That is a show
Yeah,
that
we're
my
gonna see that one
oldest,
too.
when the TV show first came out, when the cartoon came out on Netflix,
Mhm.
like my oldest and I, that was a show that him and I would sit on the couch and watch when he was a lot younger. Like, so we're gonna go see that. The animation looks amazing.
The second movie, and it looks like a lot of good action in it too. And the second movie, the How to Train Your Dragon 2, was my son's first movie theater movie we went to.
Oh,
go see
really?
was that one? Yeah, the How to Train My Dragon.
Oh,
2.
that's
that
so
was the first time
cool.
I took him to the movies.
But no, there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff, and I even looked over to my wife and I was like, I might have to start coming back to the movie theater because there's actually some decent shit coming out that I want to see, which hasn't happened in years. Like
this sounds gonna be crazy.
When Marvel went downhill and Disney went downhill and Star Wars went downhill, I stopped going to the movies. Like there was no.
I don't know
draw
about
for
that
me
Avengers
anymore.
movie. I don't know about that. I don't know. I feel like it's a bunch of B-roll superheroes.
Yeah. Well, there was an ad that I didn't click on, but it said Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America, and I'm like, dear God, guys, please stop. These guys.
They will not let these people die.
They're just
I think they messed up totally by putting him as Doctor Doom as
Yeah.
yeah.
That is
Like,
stupid. They need to create something.
They're
else.
trying way too hard, but that's what they do, and that's what's been going on with entertainment, which is why the entire entertainment industry, gaming included, and honestly, gaming and movies first and foremost, have been going through like this like cleanse, getting all the shit out, and now we're finally getting back to like what think about all the games that came out last year. Think about how many of those games people loved and enjoyed because they were just dumb fun. Space Marines, just dumb fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Heck yeah. Helldivers, dumb fun. Yeeting people across the map because you napalmed them. Like, just dumb fun. You had Stellar Blade. No nothing to it. Just dumb fun. Beautiful woman with a sword. Like, and then others jumped onto that bandwagon of beautiful woman with sword. Great. Like, the whole year last year, the games that really stood out were the ones that were just good games. They weren't promoting anything. They weren't talking about nothing. They were just giving us good stories with good combat or good mechanics, and people fell in love with them. Well, that's what's happening now in movies again, where we're just starting to get decent movies. If Lilo and Stitch lands, I'll be the first to go and stand in line to watch that damn movie the day it comes out with my kids and my wife. Like, because we as gamers and we as moviegoers and we as entertainment seekers and consumers of entertainment, we will put our money in those things that just are dumb fun. That's why Top Gun Maverick broke so many records. It was just dumb fun. It was just good cinema. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's why games like Space Marines 2 ended up on so many people's Game of the Year list. Because it was dumb fun. It let us do that thing where we can just enjoy without feeling like the world's problems followed us. And I know Josh is like, this is your escapism thing, and we talked about that before, but like, it's real. We don't go to the movies to have reality kick us in the teeth. We go to get away and to enjoy a story and to be engrossed in it. And like, that's one thing that at least I seek in movies, and I know other people do too, but like, I think that that's one thing that we're going to start seeing in that medium, at least, is I think we're going to start seeing a return back to more good movies than bad ones, because right now it's a lot of bad. Like the Jurassic Park movie that's coming out, hell no. That thing's gonna be ass.
You ain't trying to see Scarlett Johansson shoot up some dinosaurs?
You talked about a game that cuts gameplay?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. You want to see her,
Okay. No, I'm
running
kidding.
around, shooting up some dinos.
Wait a second, Josh Ayers, I'm confused. Josh Ayers says, Thrifty PS Gamer Reviews, you are out of your fucking mind. You literally talked about a game that cuts gameplay. What game did I talk about that cut gameplay?
Maybe he means earlier, South of Midnight? Is that what he's talking
Talking about
about?
South.
Maybe? Yeet, I'm going regardless of what hits like. Okay. Well, he'll clarify in just a minute once the delay hits him. Robert Downey Jr. is like 5'6". It's going to be a short Doctor. Nah, man, they'll just do what they did with they'll just do what they do with Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Yo, these
With
anime
the
backgrounds
camera
on PlayStation are friggin' awesome.
Yo, I saw that. Does everybody have that, or is it like? So I heard it was like select people have it.
No, I think you got it now. They must have pushed it out tonight.
Let me look and update.
If you
Oh,
go
I
down
see
to,
what he's saying.
yeah, it's not even an update. If you just go to welcome,
Mm-hmm.
and you see, it should say new backgrounds available. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
and they made them all based off of the games. Like, yeah, they got them all there. Ghost Yotai, God of War, Horizon.
It's not the full themes, but we'll take it.
Okay, yeah. So he's
Stellar
putting.
Blade.
Josh is
Ooh,
basically
Stellar.
putting South of Midnight being a game that can cut gameplay as evidence for gaming not actually getting back to normal.
Man.
And my response was, that's an Xbox title. They have different standards over there. Like I don't really count them.
That's the
as-
home of Trash Finger.
I don't count them. Like when I'm talking about things that I enjoy,
Xbox is like 5 years old.
yes,
5 years behind the times. 10.
Xbox is way away from those things that I enjoy. Like I put them in a trash can somewhere on down the road. But like these so anyways, we got sidetracked. Holy shit. Game of the year for this year, I think it's going to end up being Ghost of Yotai. I think that's going to end up being my game of the year if it's not Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Gaming Grindhouse, Jez 7780 grinds my gears. What do you think the game of the year is going to be this year?
Avowed.
A fucking shit.
Oh,
What do you
shit,
think the game is going to
I forgot about that game completely.
No, I think it's owed to Jenky Jones. It came out in December. Give Indiana his flowers.
What's up, Lucci?
My God.
And they give a lifetime supply to IHOP.
Lifetime.
Now I don't know. We don't play the game. I right now I love the Kingdom Come Deliverance too,
Same.
but I do think that Death Stranding has a chance. Ghost of Yotai is going to be in the conversation. I think Kingdom Come will be in that. What was the other game that I was playing? Hold on, I'm trying to see. Monster Hunter is another one, which I'm not really feeling it. Not for me though, but I definitely think that's going to be in the conversations there.
Yeah,
But like
Capcom
for the
sell record.
yeah, the game that and Assassin's Creed. I've been loving Assassin's Creed. That doesn't even feel like an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
So like, and it has a really good story to it. So like, dude, it's been crazy. It's like Monster Hunter, Assassin's Creed. I've been going between Kingdom Come and Assassin's Creed, and trying to finish. Well, that's not game of the year, but I'm trying to finish the end of what is it? Death Stranding to get ready for Death Stranding 2. So I'm wrapping that up. And but I'm going back between Monster Hunter. I bought as the other game. I really haven't got into it, but I know that's going to be in the conversation. And then I don't think GTA 6 is going to get that. I think it'll get like action game or something like that. I don't think it'll be in game of the year unless it has. I don't know, unless they have an incredible story and stuff. I just don't see it being. I don't know. I can see that going somewhere else. Maybe not in the game of the year, but they're probably.
Listen, as long as they've been making us wait for that damn game, it better be in the game of the year conversation.
It better be. Well, it's definitely going to be in the conversation. I just don't know if it's going to be on the other one, because then also there's just so many games this year.
There are.
And I think the smaller games too are going to get in there. I do think that that side scrolling that thing. Ooh, I forgot what it's called. Split fiction. That is going to be in there.
That blue whatever, that puzzle game that.
And you got to remember, if we're talking about Keeley's, Kojima's going to be there with the ball washing. Yeah. That's going to win. and he loves himself some Jose Verdes, who said fuck the Oscars.
Yes,
so
exactly,
he's going to get it too. So like those guys are definitely going to have some sort of presence in that. Yeah, there's politics. Yeah. You know that. So I don't know. But I love Kingdom Come 2. It's been the huge surprise for me, because I played a little bit of the first one, really didn't care for it, and the second one I love it. So for me, that game is my.
I feel like they need another indie sort of indie only.
Oh, and maybe Doom. Doom might be in there too if Doom shows up.
It's just way too many
Doom could be
games this year.
It really depends on how they land, in my opinion. Like you said, Jez, like, yes, GTA might not even get in the list, because
I need y'all to stop doing
it
this
might
before
just
y'all jinx it.
yeah. No, like obviously it's heavily leaning towards it's going to be nominated at least or win, but like maybe it just is GTA 5 with better graphics, and
oh my god,
who knows? But Who knows?
Alright.
Now he's talking shit. I didn't go
Morgan,
that far.
Morgan, what
I'm
if they
gonna
make a
cry.
playable character who's female?
Yeah, I didn't go that
Can't
far.
win then.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Yeah, like you
Whoa.
know that everyone will have to boycott and it won't sell. So, like they couldn't possibly.
Or
have
if there's
someone who...
big, really
female.
controversial shit in there too. Like if it hits on. You
Yeah.
know, we
I'm
don't
just
know
trying
what
to
it's
go
gonna
to
be.
the
Like,
in
you
there.
never know
man.
with games these days. Like, you never know
Yo.
with games these days what is going to be. Like,
You know.
yeah.
I'm just trying to live my
Goes to
best life.
Yotai. Goes to Yotai might be game of the year if it just adds so many extra cool things, or it might be a shorter, smaller experience. And it
Okay,
doesn't
you know
quite
what?
hit
Can we
playing right.
kick Wara one
Yeah.
out? Like this, he's
No.
saying a lot of things that I'm not
Listen,
liking right
shit
now.
on
Listen.
Astrobots.
Man.
If you
Yo,
if you have
it's
ever
hurting my
Yo,
pulse.
If you have
I
ever
think
been
he
in the
wants Janky
Discord-
Jones to win.
no,
You
here's
want
the
a
deal,
real guy
guys.
to win.
Negative Nelly. So.
This is actually calm and chill compared to when he wakes up in a bad mood and decides to come over to the Discord and like
Aw, man.
find something in there and then just like a pit bull just on it. He's there. So this is actually chill and calm. It's great. This is and like yeah, we're all good. This is awesome.
When my kids are at school, I need someone to yell
I
at.
need someone to
Oh,
yell
man.
at.
Oh man. You're going excellent, young
Oh,
people.
man.
I don't. Seriously, like, and then you even have
Oh,
you marathon. That's another one that makes
Oh,
about
man.
that multiplayer
dropping
game. I don't
next
think game of the
week.
year.
Jesus.
Just hope it
Shadow
lands
dropping.
at least for PlayStation.
Hey,
Yo, man.
Honestly,
I-
one game shadow drops, and now every game in existence might be a next shadow drop.
Might
I
be
mean,
a
shut
shadow
up, bro.
drop.
Shut up.
No, it's going to be an
Shadow
alpha.
drop,
They
Game
said
Pass.
they were saying it's going to be an alpha. The rumors that it's just going to be an alpha drop.
It's gonna
like
be
an
alpha dropping into Game Pass.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah,
that's great. It's gonna be an
Yo.
alpha drop. Shit.
it's an alpha drop.
Date my Game Pass.
What the hell?
Oh, the Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out too, but I didn't think that looked good. I think Black 2
Lost
was
Solar
better.
Side as well.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Shit!
Tides
That comes
of
out in May.
Ninja Gaiden
Phantom
doesn't
Blade.
matter to me anymore now that Shinobi got announced. I'll play that instead. Thanks.
Shinobi. Yeah, that's next year. That's
Crimson
a-
Desert.
Shinobi.
That looks so good.
Oh, that does look good. When's that coming out?
Yes,
Oh,
what's
it's-
coming out this year? It keeps saying
Yeah.
2025. So
That shit looks good.
yeah.
That's another game I'm probably gonna buy and then spend hours.
Hell yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That game.
Yeah,
That
like
looked
what
good.
Chad said he's got concerns about Doom. Yeah, like I am so excited for the Shield and the
We all
gameplay,
do.
but a lot of people have
You know,
pointed
booty
out that
cheeks
like
behind
it
it.
might just be very flat feeling and it might not be quite as good as we'd hoped. Like it's all well and
Oh.
good to be like, oh, it's gonna feel more like the original Doom, but it's like, is that a good thing 35
man.
years later?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
man.
know. And they took that multiplayer. Well, there's no multiplayer either, which it would have been better, I think, when out with the grounded combat. It would have been a cooler. No multiplayer either in Doom. So I don't know. Yeah, and who knows? They're all behind it. It's
Oh.
Pass 2.
Hang
I
on,
don't
hang
know,
on.
man.
Forza Horizon 5 Game of the Year. I just want that to win now that I just realized.
Damn.
Because if that wins Game of the Year on
I can't.
PS5, the meltdown. The absolute meltdown.
No.
I will have so much
Best
popcorn
racer of the
ready.
year is
I will
Forza.
live
Oh,
stream me
shit.
eating.
Josh Ayers just
eating,
said
like,
Silk
6,000
Song
popcorn,
had a
ready to
2025
comment.
release year at
that's
the
right.
Switch, though. So Silk Song might
Oh,
be
that's
up
right.
there. Hollow
yeah.
Knight.
And Hades 2 is
Yet
an
another good
exclusive.
indie, yeah.
Yeah.
Hades 2 is exclusive.
Fucking Switch. Fuck you.
Dude.
No, I
There
think
you
it's
go.
timed exclusive. I think it's timed exclusive though.
Well, yeah, it's
well,
tied.
sure,
like the
but it's
first
still a
one was,
console
but
exclusive.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
pretty
very
cool.
surprised.
Nintendo
about
money
that.
hat, and I didn't see anybody run that. What happened?
Thank you.
Where
Thank
the money
you.
You know
hatters
what's funny?
go?
Where are
Around
the
that time-
anti-money hatters?
Yeah, where are those money
around that
hatters?
time when
It's only when
Hades
Sony
was-
does it.
around that time when Hades was in early access on PC, there was a few different games, that Valheim and another one I can't think of right now. Like I bought them in early access, but I'm really shied away from early access now. So when Hades 2 came out months ago on PC, I'm like, I'm gonna leave it. I want to play the finished product at launch. So if it's on Switch, I'll wait a little bit longer probably because I just want trophies.
It's gonna release
And
on
that's my
PC too at the
biggest
same time.
issue. That's my what's that? Sorry.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna release on PC at the same time. It's just a console exclusive.
Oh
to
yeah, yeah.
Switch.
Oh well, then
Yeah.
I'll just buy it on Steam then.
Yeah.
But yeah, my biggest issue with everything to do with the Switch, everyone's there screeching about whether something's too expensive or too cheap, and I'm just sitting there going, "Where's my fucking trophies? Where's my achievements?" Like Nintendo had a slam dunk.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
another
Like
thing they
just,
don't have either.
just
Thank you.
add them, please. But it was just too much dev
Listen,
work. I
I've
guess.
been saying
But
since
I
day
was-
one,
Yeah.
they
so
should have
bad.
had they could do it where you get coins and
Yeah,
when
the
you platinum,
little
it's a star.
coins.
Dude,
Yeah.
when
Well,
you
I was
platinum, it's
thinking
a
the
star.
same thing. The
Yeah.
They got the whole
stars.
system. Or mushroom or
Yes,
something like
they
that.
already
I'm excited.
have like little
A rare
icons.
treatment could be
Yeah.
a green mushroom.
Exactly.
They could make it so
Shells,
fun and it wouldn't be
something.
cringy.
Like
Oh man,
they
I'm
have the
so
perfect
upset.
stuff for it, but they
Dude, you get
refuse
it.
to do
Imagine if you're playing the Nintendo game, you get that Mario coin sound, like bling, like when you get that, or if you get, or you get your platinum, it goes, or you get a gold one, it's the mushroom level up, like like
Yep,
come on,
yep,
man.
yep.
Yo,
Yo, please.
That's it.
free
Yeah,
free
Nintendo.
ideas right here for you, Nintendo.
It's crazy. They got the whole sound effect library and set up the tiers.
It's right there
for that. It's crazy, and the fact
really
that they didn't do it.
I'm really disappointed as well that we've been talking about what might win Game of the Year this year, but no one has yet to mention Elden Ring Night Rain.
bruh.
Is it just because it's a shoe-in?
I don't play that shit.
So
God.
Lunchy Sky
Get outta
did
here.
say.
I'm kidding.
I bought that game. I opened up the gate. I turned it off.
You got in? Damn, I couldn't even get match made.
No, I bought.
Not just
I
so
played
dumb.
2 nights. One night with Frogs helped me, and then Mooch helped me one other night, and I was done.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just can't get into that game. I don't know,
No,
man. I just couldn't do it. I don't. I need direction.
So
What you need is that
Yeah.
Bloodborne 2 on Switch. With
one game that
Death
yeah.
Ray.
nobody
Oh,
mentioned here.
Yo,
that-
did you see? I showed the. Yo, they didn't even cheer for that at the Nintendo headquarters. Those fans didn't. they even know what the hell it was.
was.
They weren't
they
cheering
weren't
for that
cheering.
game. They had no clue what that
damn.
game was. They thought it was Castlevania.
Oh damn.
Shit.
But then they
Lunchy
were
Sky
chanting DK.
put on
when
here
Donkey Kong
Metal
came
Gear
out.
comes out in August. So like,
Oh shit, Metal Gear
there's
comes
another
out.
one.
Delta. Fuck yes, the remake of 3. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, that'll be
This
my
is
first time
crazy.
playing that. I haven't played that.
Hey guys, remember the
man,
industry
that's
is
right.
screwed.
Yeah.
It's going downhill. There's no good games coming. Everything needs to be in a subservice because reasons. And yeah, if you think there's great games coming, you're just a shill for whatever system you want to play on because the whole industry is just fucked. It just is.
Absolutely.
is. We gotta put our
Nothing
games
good is
everywhere.
coming out.
Everywhere. Nintendo said put your games everywhere, give us your games. Yeah, that sounds great. You're not getting ours. Still. As a matter of fact, we're going to take a game that's by a third-party company, and it's going to be exclusive to us for a time period.
That's
Oh
another
shit! You
one.
know
Yeah.
what else we're doing? We're getting crazy. We're getting Mario Kart Worlds and that Sonic racing game and a karts
Oh,
game.
Cross
man. It is
Worlds.
I
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
Oh man,
God,
this is
Cross Worlds
wild.
I'm
was
excited
so
for Donkey
good.
Kong as well. I'm so excited for Donkey Kong. But have you seen that there's a new game that's like the Sims game on PC that's called Inzoi?
Oh yeah, I saw some
It's
of
called
that.
what?
That might get it too. You're right. That might get.
Yeah. Well,
Something.
I'm hoping it does well at least. I don't really care too much about the awards for
It's
it.
another big thing that's going on too. Yeah, that game.
Because
Taking over the Sims.
someone I work with, his missus is playing it. She's 6 months pregnant, and because me and my missus have finished Split Fiction, I said to him, "Do you want Split Fiction?" So I'm lending him my physical copy. So he's gonna play that with the missus. He's like, "Oh,
What?
a little bit iffy," because she's so.
That's another game by
pregnant.
NetEase too, man. That's
Must be
another
my
one.
first.
And they added AI. You could like AI, like things in the game and stuff like
You
that.
take a
It's pretty
photo of a
crazy.
toaster, and then you got a digital toaster.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do shit like that, like AI stuff, and it's made by NetEase. That's another one. Same people who made Marvel.
Thank you, Hero. Appreciate it. But yeah, there's so much shit coming out this year, and we will be back to talk about it again next week. And next week I should have Will 777 JP back on, and so really excited to have him back on here. And yeah, outside of that, we are going to do our outros. This has been a hell of a night. We've had so much fun. I've had a blast. We didn't get to 3 of the topics. That's totally fine. And we'll just start at the top. Jez, where can they find you, sir?
You can find me over at the Gaming Grindhouse over on YouTube. I say, yeah, this is awesome. Having a great time conversating with Warner, Morgan, and you, Thrifty. It was a great show, great topics. There's a lot going on. And yeah, it's just going to keep going, man. Like I said, it's going to be a bloodbath June. Now we know, since no Fanfest, we know
Shit.
what's coming. And it is, we got the Switch, we got the Death Stranding 2, and the bombshells that they're going to drop at that Xbox show now that there's no fans present to get thrown tomatoes at Phil. So yeah, it's going to be it's just going to keep ramping up. So definitely hit that like and subscribe button here. And you can find me over also at Jed7780 X. I don't even know X or whatever, but I'm over on X there, and definitely follow me on the YouTube over there because I do my grindhouse music, and with all this stuff going on, you're gonna hear some craziness. And we're on our way to the next emoji, which is gonna be the Phil Spencer double glaze, which we're working on getting that glazes out there.
So
Juicy glazed berries.
Juicy glazed berries. Chad said it, dude.
Yo,
I was fucking
juicy
dying.
glazed berries, man.
Oh,
I was
dying
fucking
when she said that.
dying.
Dude, I find that shit, man. Please, I'm like, juicy glazed blackberries. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the way she said it as well is perfect.
no, she's on the soundboard now.
The
I got
treasures
her.
with the juicy glazed
going nowhere.
blackberries.
She's going nowhere.
Morgan,
Juicy glaze.
where can folks find you?
You can also find me on Twitter at @ChillBandit, and you can find me on YouTube every Saturday on the Otters Players podcast at 5:30 p.m. EST. Thank you guys for having me. It was so fun, with Jez and Wara and Thrifty. Yeah, crazy conversations, but I'm always having a good time at the playground, so it's not surprising. But thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, definitely go check their show out, the Auto Player Podcast. It is amazing. If you go for nothing else, the interaction between Morgan and holy crap, his name literally just left me. Lord help.
Omar,
thank you. Lord help.
Yeah.
No, this I don't know why it just left me. He had me on the last show, man. He had me wanting to jump through the dadgum. I even put in the chat. I was like, Nate, you gotta let me on. And he goes, don't worry, we'll handle him. I was like, fair enough. I'm literally like, y'all, because he said something, and I was like, Morgan, you got to say it. You got to. And then you were like, wait, Omar, you just said blah blah blah. So what do you mean? And I was like, thank you, for the love of Jesus, somebody stop him, stop him. Stop him. But yes, y'all really need to go check it out. It is awesome. I think I saw last week y'all had 25 people in there, which is amazing. That's so good.
Yeah,
and so really, really enjoying that and enjoying the conversations mostly. It is so great to listen to y'all. Wara, where can people find you?
You can find me in the chats of those this podcast and those other two podcasts. Generally trying to razz people up in
hell yeah,
it'd be funny, but and then in Thrifty's Discord, the playground there as well, and then obviously in the chat here normally, or sometimes actually talking. But yeah, I obviously make some jokes sometimes, but I'm open for some good conversations for sure as well. So get into the Discord if you want to talk to all of us there. And thanks for having me on, Thrifty. It's great to be on with Jez and Morgan again as well.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on. I was really, really happy that when I messaged you earlier, I said hey, are you working tonight? And you were like, are you working today? And you were like, nope. You want me on the show? And I said, yep, because you've been pushing the Nintendo Switch stuff quite a bit, and I've really enjoyed listening to your takes on it, and kind of keeping our chat honest on hey, listen guys, if y'all said price was a factor or wasn't a factor for the PS5 Pro, then we need to not talk price factor for the Nintendo Switch. Just doing those type of things. Just kind of.
Let me say the one I said before. I said the PS5 base is $450 for a digital, and then the Pro is $700, and then the Portal is $200. So if you don't upgrade to the Pro and you don't get a Portal, then you get a Switch 2 for free. Because it's $450.
Right.
It's free. And everyone's complaining it's too expensive, but it's actually free.
It's actually free. And it comes with the game.
Obviously, it's not funny now, but it was triggering before when I wrote it. So
yes, it was.
You just had to be there.
Because my first response was I responded first, I think, and was like, no, it's $449. What are you talking about?
Oh shit.
But anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for coming out. Folks in the chat, thank y'all. Folks who gave tonight, folks who subscribed tonight, folks who hit the like button tonight, thank y'all so much. Y'all can catch us all in the Discord after this, and yeah, just absolutely have a wonderful fucking time gaming. There's so much crap coming out this year, last year, the year before. Heck, there's games from 5 years ago that are on sale right now for $3 to $5. There's always something that you could find to play. And I just hope that y'all have a wonderful time with gaming. And come back here next week. We will be back at 8:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as always, guys, stay thrifty,